Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation Podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is? What it do? What's up?
Yo, what's good, people, man? It's your boy Persona, gaming with Persona, and one half of the What's Up PlayStation Podcast crew. And welcome to episode 133 of What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast for the community, by the community. I am your host this week, and I'm very happy to be here, man. Shout out to the people in the community. Shout out to the WUPS community. Shout out to the WUPS members. Shout out to the new people that's coming through, the lurkers. Shout out to anybody that might be watching this later on in the re-upload. You know, we appreciate everybody that comes through and rocks out with me and Bari every week here on What's Up PlayStation Podcast. And yo, man, it's gonna be a great show this week. It's gonna be a really good show. You know, we got some pretty good news. I think an interesting topic that you know, I can't wait to see Bari go off. I think he might go off. Who knows? Who knows? But speaking of Bari, you know, I gotta you know, introduce the second half or the other half of What's Up PlayStation Podcast. The Jamaican himself, the Wagwan Brethren, the best lisp on YouTube, aka Big Gunsome. Big Gunsome in the building. You understand? The shotgun god on that card. Mr. Light Skin himself, Night Lights. My bro Bari in the building. Bari, what's good?
Hey man,
What's
that
up?
intro a little too long over there, man. What's going on?
Hey
here,
man, listen, you know, we gotta do a couple things. You feel me?
Hey yo, what is good, guys, man? What is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Welcome to another episode of What's Up PlayStation Podcast, episode 133, Persona, to be exact. We are climbing up the ranks. We are climbing up the charts, man. It's going to be a good one today, man. It's going to be a very entertaining show. So definitely stay until the end of the show, because yeah, we're gonna get into it with a topic, you know what I mean, giving our thoughts and opinions on, you know, the whole you know, Activision Blizzard acquisition that happened and how PlayStation should react. Spoilers, I apologize. But yeah, man, we see the beautiful PlayStation Nation, the beautiful WUPS Nation in the chat, man. We appreciate you guys. If you don't mind, hit the like button and you know, share the stream out, get the PlayStation Nation in here. and let's vibe out, man. Let's have a good one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We definitely gonna be talking about a couple things, man. And you know, there's definitely the hype train has definitely left the station. I wonder where it's going. Oh, damn it! You know what, Bari? We should. I definitely should have worn my Venom shirt. And I got on the WUPS. I got on the WUPS shirt. You know, shout out to our WUPS merch, man. You know, WUPSmerch.com. Definitely, you know, definitely
promotion.
You know, definitely, you know, check out WUPSmerch.com and get yourself some WUPS merch, man. We got a lot of great shirts out there, just like this one. You feel me? That I'm wearing today. We got the OG Bari versus Persona and the X-Men versus Street
Let me see
Fighter
that
style.
shirt real quick. Swag that out real quick, man.
Yo, listen,
show them the vibe. Okay.
Hey, yo, listen, man.
Okay.
You understand? We swagged out here. You understand?
Okay, I see you.
We swagged out here. You know, we swagged out in the WUPS merch.
That's a look clean, boy.
I mean, you know, listen, you know, we gotta make sure we always fresh
and
out
everything
here.
too, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
Vibe.
You know, listen, you know, I
out
gotta make sure we good out here. You feel me? But yo, man, we, like I said, we got a great show for you guys today. Shout out to the lovely people in the chat, man. We definitely appreciate all of you being here live with us today. And like I said, later on in the show for people who may come in later or watch the upload. But yo, Bari, how you feeling this week, man? You know, it's been a pretty interesting week. How you feeling? How's everything with you, man?
Yeah, definitely an interesting week. You know what I mean? It wasn't the most pleasant week for me personally. You know what I mean? Just personal stuff, work stuff. But overall, you know what I mean? Just having a great time gaming. You know what I mean? Getting back into some VR and having a wonderful time with Synapse. Yo, if you have a PlayStation VR 2, I don't know how you missing that game. Like, yo, there's no excuse to not play, like, or you have content there for PlayStation VR 2. You know what I mean? Any type of, you know, notions or narratives that people trying to push with VR 2 is talking about you don't have no games or no killer apps or nothing. Completely false. That game is amazing, bro. Like, legit. You know, Final Fantasy, still playing Final Fantasy 16 because I'm making more content for the game. Got a few surprise videos for y'all when it comes to 16, man, showing off and showcasing some of the icon stuff, but also got a really, really fun, controversial one coming up as well, man. So hopefully people enjoy that. You know what I mean? All the unsubscribe, the unsubscribers.
I was gonna say, how many subscribers you up to now? I know you put the review out this week.
Yo, it's probably like over 80 people that unsubscribe from the channel. Final Fantasy 16 boss videos. I'm still uploading them though. I got all the hunts that I gotta upload. I'm gonna upload those this weekend, and then the final bosses and all that stuff. I'm gonna wait until, you know, next week to upload those, because that will be officially like a month.
Yeah, a month.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like, I know people don't like spoilers or whatnot, but really and truly, everybody that say they don't like spoilers, when I go on Twitter, that's what they doing. When, you know what I mean?
When they get to a part in the game, they posting it.
Yeah,
like,
they posting it. Yo, shout out to TV, shout out to Jew and all that stuff. I see them. They beat the game, but they out here, they posting certain pictures. You know what I mean?
Facts.
People would deem that as spoilers.
That's a fact.
But I don't know. If I was to post Jill Warwick, I'll be like,
whoa, we didn't even know who that was.
I'm unsubscribing. I'm unfollowing. You know what I mean? You're being very disrespectful, J Bar. I didn't play the game yet. Okay, I didn't play the game yet. But other than that, man, it's been a great week. You know what I mean? Life is good. You know what I mean? End of the day, we overcome, we persevere, and we move on.
Facts, man. That was very insightful. It was very good motivational.
Yeah, you know, not everything is gonna be lollipops and rainbows out here, man. Sometimes you're gonna have those gray skies. You know what I mean? But there's always a silver lining.
Absolutely.
With it.
Absolutely. Shout out to you, man.
Shout out to my man Sick in the building as well, man.
Yo, shout out to Sick, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all. That's what's up, man. You know, for me, man, you know, it's been a pretty busy, a really busy week, man. When it comes to, like, you know, work, projects, certain things that I got going on at work that's definitely got me. It's kind of like an all hands on deck type of situation with one project that I'm working on. So that's kind of like been like a big focus of mine this week. And you know how like you do like something at work and like you so tired, like all you can think about when you get home is just like chilling or like going to sleep or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you want to lay down that bed call.
Yeah. So this week has definitely been one of those weeks where you know, I definitely was really low key. Like even on Twitter, I wasn't really that much on Twitter and things like that. I was like really low key this week. But
yo, there's a little bit of static coming when you speak. I don't know if you pick. I don't know if you pick it up, but I hear it now. Before earlier, I didn't hear it. So it's something that you did.
Oh shit! Do you hear it now?
That's quick. It's not bad at all. I just because you know we do the sound checks and all that stuff. You're like, yo, can you hear it clear? Yo, now you good. Go ahead
now. I'm good now, so there's no problems. Are you guys?
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Are you guys hearing static on your end as well? Let me know. Let me know how the sound is between me and Bari.
Oh yeah, you're perfect now. You're perfect.
I'm perfect. All right, cool. So yeah, that was that's how it was this week. You know, but gaming wise, you know, definitely you know, and this gonna be my spotlight. So, but you know, I went back to the Uncharted series, you know, with the Nathan Drake collection, you know, so you know it's definitely gonna be in my spotlight. But you know, that playing some COD, and that's really what my rotation's been this week. I'll be honest with you, is Call of Duty and Uncharted, especially Uncharted 2. Like I love Uncharted 2 so much. But yeah, man, you know, it's been a chill week. But you know, let us know in the chat, man. How y'all feeling, man? How was y'all week? You know, how's everything going on with y'all, man? You know, let us know in the chat. Call of Duty, absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Oh yeah, that's not. oh yeah, that's right. We're not allowed to play COD no more, right?
We packing that up.
We packing that up.
We about good vibes.
Good vibes only.
Good vibes.
Huh?
That's it.
Man, COD not good vibes, Bari. Pat. Go ahead, boy. Pat that man up. Pat that game up.
Pack that shit up. Respectfully.
Oh man, just jokes, guys, just jokes. But you know, that's how things are, man. Pretty chill week this week, Bari. Can't lie, man. But yo, man, let's get straight into the games for the week, because it's not a whole lot that's been coming out this week, honestly. And a game that released this week, Bari, I bet you didn't even know released this week, because I didn't even know that it released this week, but it released this week. And I think y'all know what I'm talking about, but let's get straight into it, man.
I know all the games that released this week.
Oh, word? All right.
Yes, because I look at the list.
Nah, I mean, obviously, you know, looking at the list, but like, had I not looked at the list, I wouldn't know this game released this week. Like, because it's like no advertisement, at least from what I see.
Oh, so you're trying to say that you're not up to date on all PlayStation things that comes out?
I'm somewhat up to date on most things. So you tell me up to date on everything.
Everything.
So you're telling me I shouldn't tag you in a post about PlayStation because you already know.
Oh, you tag me.
Hey yo, let's get straight into it, guys. All right, so for the games that released this week, we've got Rain World Downpour for the PS5, PS4, The Valiant for the PlayStation 5, PS4. We got Mordhau for the PS5, PS4, Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals for the PS5, PS4, Sea Horizon. Now, hold on. That Horizon.
Sea Horizon.
That's that Horizon section, Bari. Hold up. Gorilla, what you talk to these devs? Did you okay the use of the word Horizon being used in there?
Game developers, you can't use the word Horizon anymore. That's PlayStation copywritten.
that's owned by Gorilla.
Yeah.
Sea Horizon for the PlayStation 5. Atelier Marie remake The Alchemist of Salzburg for the PS5, PS4. Yo, you played the Atelier series, right? The Atelier series?
I played the recent one that came out. I haven't finished it yet. I'm like about, I want to say, a quarter in to the game. I like the battles. I like the battle system. As far as like, I feel like I shouldn't have played this game until I played the other Sophie prior games, because I'm not really getting attached to the characters because they're doing things and talking about things that probably happened in prior games.
Wait, so Atelier Ryza is connected to Atelier Sophia?
Oh yeah, I'm talking about Ryza, not Sophie, not Sophie.
Oh, okay.
There's different ones. There's Atelier Marie.
Yeah, I know there's-
I think it's like one of the first ones, and there's Sophie, and there's Ryza. I'm playing the Ryza one. My bad,
Okay.
not
So you're
Sophie.
talking about
Sophie, I think,
the
came
other
out
the other
last,
Ryza
gen.
the other Ryza games. I know there's like an Atelier
there was
Ryza.
2 other ones. I'm playing 3.
Okay, got you.
So I should have started at 1. But over, like I said, I'm not. It's not like I'm saying the game is bad. It's just like I don't have that connection there yet with the characters. But overall, I like the battle system. It's very you know what I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like it's a mix of like
it's turn-based, right?
What's that other it's turn-based. What's that game that we was playing last year or last gen? Like Neo it's with all the like female characters, the girl characters. It's like their music, they dance, they singing. It's mix of that Final Fantasy X type battle system. Neptunia.
Neptunia?
Neptunia, yeah.
Nep.
It's a mixture of that and like 10. But yeah, the battle system pretty cool. But the characters so far, like they're pretty cool, but it's like certain things they mention. I'm like, what the hell going on in this game?
Yeah, I tried the Atelier Sophia game back last gen. I just couldn't. It just didn't grab me. Like the game just didn't grab me how I thought it would. So I was just like, I kick it off to the wolves. But that's what's up. Then we got Ed-O Zombie Uprising for the PlayStation 5. We got Gravity Circuit for the PS5, PS4. We've got Naraka Blade Point for the PlayStation 5. We got Operation Wolf Returns First Mission VR for the PSVR 2. PSVR 2 getting a lot of love, a lot of support. And then we got Paint the Ball for the PS5. We got Risky
Paint the Ball.
Paint the Ball.
What color? What color would you paint the ball?
Red, of course. Favorite color?
You paint the ball red?
Absolutely. What color would you paint it?
Sky blue.
Sky blue. That's your favorite color? Sky blue?
Absolutely.
I'm good on that sky blue, man. Royal blue. I like royal blue.
I mean, blue's my favorite color, but specifically
blue is your favorite color, but sky blue's one. Got you. Then we got Risky Woods for the PS4. And then we've got the last but not least, Exo Primal for the PS5, PS4. Bari, did you know this game released this week?
I knew it was in July, but I didn't know it was this week. I thought it was like probably gonna be like next week. But yeah, a lot of games are releasing this week. So yeah, it did slip me.
I didn't know that game released this week.
Like Twitter and the PlayStation tweeted out.
I didn't know this game released this week. Like when I seen the tweet, I was like, "What? The game releasing this week?" Officially released. I know they did like another open beta and stuff like that, and I was just like, "Yo,
we in there or
no absolutely not. Are you crazy? Hell no.
You got Game Pass?
Hey, yo, man, Bari playing around. What you talking about? I don't got that
on your PC and your Xbox.
Game Pass. Got it on my PC. All right, yo, you just threw me off my flow. Yo, now we are in the spotlight portion of the show, Bari. And ladies and gentlemen, the spotlight portion of the show is where me and Bari give you a game or games that we think y'all should check out, right? It could be a brand new game, it could be an old game, it could be a game for your childhood, it could be a game that hasn't been released yet. The purpose of the spotlight is to spotlight games that we think you, the community, should check out. Bari, starting with you. What is your spotlight game of the week? And are you gonna break the rules?
Yeah, I'm gonna break the rules. I'm not gonna go crazy this week.
But
I am gonna break the rules, man. Because the first game I'm gonna spotlight is Double Dragon Gaiden: Rise of the Dragons. I love my beat 'em ups. You know what I mean? I love my you know combos and whatnot. And I feel like this game is gonna offer that. The game comes out the 27th. That's a day before my birthday. Just to let y'all know. And yeah, it looks amazing, man. Double Dragon was a game that, was always very cheesy back in the day. And you had to cheese your way throughout it. There's certain little corners and certain little leeways that you can get into there, and there's cheesy ways to defeat some of these enemies. But this game is like a new spin on it. I think Arc Systems kind of has some development with it. I'm not too sure, but it looks very, very cool. Like it's giving me that Turtles. It's giving me that River City girls type vibes with it. So
mhm.
and it's co-op. You know what I mean? It's gonna have all these modes and all that stuff. So I'm definitely for it. It looks amazing. So July 27th it's coming out, and I think it's Modus Games that's making it. I'm not too
Modius.
sure.
They also make Soul
Modus.
so that's pretty dope.
Oh, it's the same people.
Yeah.
All right, then yeah. So that's a vibe. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely gonna be there. Second game I'm gonna be spotlighting. It's a game that's coming out very soon next month as well. Been spotlighting this game for quite a while now, but it looks really, really great. It's Sea of Stars, man. Taking that classic approach to the RPG, where it's like I think it's like inspired by like Chrono Trigger and like Breath of Fire and those other older games. But yeah, it looks really, really good, man. The more I see of it, the more gameplay that they post, I'm just like, damn, I can't really play. I can't wait for this game. It did run pretty good on the Switch too, because the Switch they had like a demo out for it, and the PlayStation demo is coming very, very soon. So, yeah, hopefully they probably have like one of those demos where you start from the beginning, and then you can continue. When the game comes out in August, I think it's August 29th or 23rd.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I know it's August though. I know it's August. But yeah, super, super excited for that. And last but not least,
only 3 games this week, Bari? Whoa. Only 3 games? Whoa.
Let me show my big chin. Last but not least, the beta is coming very, very soon. Fighting game developers, I don't know why you guys keep doing this, but the reason why fighting games always majority of fighting games don't do well is because you guys release patches, characters, betas the same goddamn week as every other fighting game, man. But a game that I'm super, super excited for, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. I can't wait for that game. They will be letting people know who get into the early like access beta on the 23rd of July. Hopefully I get into that because they're gonna have every playable character. They have every character playable from Grand Blue Fantasy versus and Siegfried in Rising. So definitely gonna be trying out my main characters, which is Lancelot, Vera. And then we're gonna give Siegfried a go to, hopefully, with a beta time. Hopefully I get in early. But yeah, very, very excited. They've been posting up a lot of the new mechanics, all the new special attacks that every character have. And it just looks really, really great, man. I can't wait for that. And I just pray that the netcode, which I know is gonna be good. They're using rollback now, but just hopefully everything does work out fine and all that with that. So yeah, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Can't wait for that, man. So yeah, those are the games that I'm spotlighting, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Grand Blue is definitely a game I'm excited for as well. In terms of the beta, and I want to play Siegfried for sure. He's definitely someone I want to give a try to and whatnot. You feel me? For me, my spotlight games for the week. First of all, absolutely, I'm breaking the rules. Like we breaking the rules. You understand? So my first spotlight is actually going to be Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. This is a game that I love this game from like way back during like the PlayStation 3 generation. And when it comes to the Nathan Drake collection.
You say you just started Uncharted series?
Absolutely. Hey, yo, listen to this guy. Hell no. But when it comes to like the Nathan Drake collection, I had grabbed it, and my goal was like, I'm gonna play through all of them and get those platinums and whatnot or whatever. But it's something that kind of just fell to the side or whatever, and I never really got back to getting all the platinums. So I was like, you know what? I was finished with Final Fantasy, and July is a pretty dry month for me in terms of like new releases. I'm not really picking up anything this month. So I was like, you know what? Let's go back to the Nathan Drake collection. Let's get all those platinums out the way. So,
you just platinum those games?
Yeah, Bari being funny. So the first one, the first one is definitely Uncharted 2, which I finished this week. And I'm just doing some trophy cleanup. I just gotta do the speed run stuff now, and then I'll have that platinum, and then we're gonna go on to.
Oh, 3. The first one you went for the platinum was Uncharted 1. I mean 2.
Two, yeah. 1 I'm saving for last because when I was playing the Nathan Drake collection before, when it first came out, I started with 1. and that one was really buggy, where I was having like a lot of issues where whenever I would get to a certain part, it would like mess up. So I was just like, you know what? I that's when I put it down. It's like, all right, I'll come back to this, and just, you know, I never came back to it because of other things. But Uncharted 2 is my favorite. Like personally, Uncharted 2 is my favorite Uncharted when it comes to like when it comes to the story, but also when it comes to the multiplayer side of like Uncharted, because the first multiplayer was with Uncharted 2. And, you know, having that Fleetfoot and Stone skin, I think it was, those perks with the AK on multiplayer. Yo, man, you are strafing, sliding around, doing crazy. Yo, I used to play that Uncharted 2 multiplayer like crazy. So Uncharted 2 specifically holds a very special place in my heart. So I was definitely going to start with Uncharted 2.
Beat Uncharted 2 is the best one.
Yeah.
My favorite villain, though, is
well.
Marlo. 3. I love that character. That old lady.
Yeah. For me, 2. My favorite villain of the Uncharted series is Lazarevich, like always has been. Whenever I'm playing as like the enemy side in a multiplayer, now I always use Lazarevich. Like he's the best. The story beats of Uncharted. I think Uncharted 2, 3 and 4, and they all like have like good story beats, but I think 2 captured.
It's the best.
Yeah, it did it the best for me. Like when it came to like that globe trotting across the world, the puzzles, the adventure of it all, I think 2 for me did it the best. And then you know, so I was like, you know, we got to start with 2 and then we'll do 3 and then go back to 1. So yeah, you know, Uncharted 2 for sure. If you guys haven't, man, definitely check out the Uncharted series. It's a great series. One of my favorite series out there. So
didn't Naughty Dog win like back-to-back game of the year with Uncharted 2 and 3? I think I remember that. Like
I don't remember that.
Uncharted 2 was definitely a game changer with physics and everything that game was doing.
The mocap,
I remember
and all
it won
that,
like it won like game of the year. Then Uncharted 3 won like game of the year as well.
I don't remember that, but I'm gonna take your word for it for sure. Then the second game I'm gonna spotlight is a game that actually comes out next month as well. This is a brand new IP that I'm really excited about called Atlas Fallen. This game is an action RPG made by what's this team?
Any of your people?
I forgot the
Focus.
It's published by Focus Interactive, but the specific developers are the same developers that made the Surge games. So
that Surge game was bad, but this game looked cool though. I ain't gonna hold you, dog. I ain't gonna hold you, dog.
Bro.
My bad. Go ahead.
Yo, brother. Yeah. Yeah, Atlas Fallen. Nah, absolutely. No, absolutely not. Don't lie. But you know, I think when it comes to this game specifically, this is definitely a much different direction than the Surge games, because it's not a Souls-like, it's more of just an action RPG. And they actually just released a developer diary this week, showing off like some new gameplay and talking about different aspects of the game. When it comes to its approach, it's not a Souls-like game. That's not what this is. It's an action RPG that you can play with a friend. So it's a co-op action RPG that you can play with a friend or play by yourself in this big open desert-like world and whatnot. So for me, I'm very excited about this game. I'm very interested in it. So it's definitely getting picked up day one. Yeah. And the final spotlight for me is Street Fighter 6. Listen, shout out to Street Fighter 6 selling 2+ million. But Marissa, man, listen, I love my Marissa main out here. And you know, Street Fighter is a game that I definitely want more people to play. I think selling 2 million is phenomenal, but I definitely want more people to play Street Fighter 6 and get into this game and get into the series, because I think this game gets most everything right when it comes to getting a new player acclimated to how fighting games are, or at least in the realm of Street Fighter. And so, you know, I definitely encourage people who may not be necessarily be into fighting games or may get discouraged or scared to play fighting games. I do think Street Fighter 6 is a good starting point and a great game to get you into the series. You know, there's a lot of tools and things there to help you understand matchups, understand how to fight, how to play, practice and stuff like that. So loving Street Fighter 6. Definitely spending more time on that as well. Definitely this weekend to prepare for the tournament next weekend, birthday tournament. Bari, can you tell the people what that is?
Yeah, man. So the online arcade, we're coming back with Street Fighter 6, World Warriors 1, but a part of the traditional birthday tournaments that typically like to host every year. We're doing it with Street Fighter 6. So my birthday weekend, actually, a weekend that I normally don't even do nothing, content wise and streaming, we're gonna be hosting Street Fighter 6 World Warriors 1. Right now we have 57 people that signed up to this tournament. And yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man. The prize pot is at $650 currently. And just to let you guys know that check-ins will begin on the 27th of July. So if you did sign up, you will get a notification email from Challenge, let you know that the check-in period has begun, which is going to be a 2-day period that ends around the 29th, around like 3 o'clock or something like that, so we can finalize the bracket. So the bracket are not finalized, what you're seeing right here. But yeah, it's going to be a good one, man. See a lot of new people signing up to the tournament, and a lot of older, veterans I see from prior games like Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear and stuff like that. I see a lot of people from the prior online arcade tournaments have signed up, but there's a lot of new people as well here, man. So hopefully everybody does read the rules as far as how to go about within the tournament. And also within the stream, we're going to be, directing you and guiding you as well, and what you got to do for this tournament. You know what I mean? But yeah, it should be a good time. Should be a fun time. Shouldn't be so long. It shouldn't be too long. Probably going to go for like 3.5, 4 hours, because not every match is going to be streamed, but all top 8 is going to be streamed. So that's where the bulk and the length of the tournament is going to be in. But should be a good one, man. Hopefully, you know what I mean. And shout out to Chuck, shout out to Persona, Dre. They will be there as well, commentating and guiding people as well throughout the tournament. So it's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good one.
Yep, for sure, man. 100%. Can't wait for that tournament, man. Definitely can't wait to see all the great matches, the great fights and whatnot. And y'all know it's gonna be entertaining, good commentating from myself, Bari, Dre, Chuck, man. It's just gonna be all around fun, man. So definitely hope that people can come through, even if you're not participating. Definitely come through and watch and be entertained. And if you're worried about participating, I say don't. This is welcome to all skill levels. It doesn't matter if you're a novice or a pro. Everyone is welcome, and this is all just for fun. I mean, obviously there's a prize pot, but it's just great things that we like to do in the community. So definitely check that out. You feel me?
Be a few surprises.
Absolutely.
So definitely tune in. Nah, we get down.
Absolutely. That top 8 gonna be crazy too. I know it is. But yo, listen, we are Bari. Can we get into some news, Bari?
Whoa, already? I think we got a super chat too, man.
Do we?
All the way from Poland.
Do we? Yes.
Yeah, man. We got Miko Lodge Guel with the 5 Polish bucks. We appreciate it. Didn't say nothing in there, but we appreciate the support. Thank you. All the way from Poland, all the way across the seas.
The super chat is him saying something. You feel me? That's how
the super chat itself.
Yeah, that's him saying something. I definitely appreciate, or them. Let me say them. I don't want to, So yeah, definitely appreciate that, man. Shout out to y'all out there. But yo, man, let's get into some news, man. I want to get into some news, Bari. Get into some news, man. And the first thing I want to talk about, Bari, are you on the hype train? Are you on the hype train? And if you guys are wondering, what hype train are you talking about? I'm talking about the Spider-Man 2 hype train. Are you there? I'm there. Bari's there.
I was on it.
Are you there?
No, I wasn't.
So the Spider-Man, the marketing for Spider-Man 2 is absolutely ramping up. This is in San Diego, California, this train. So this is for San Diego Comic-Con, where if you're taking a subway system out there, you'll definitely see the Spider-Man train. This is something that they also did for Spider-Man 1 in New York, where they had like trains decked out in Spider-Man 1, and then when you walk in there, like all the seats were red with all these different you know, like logos and stuff like that. It was pretty, it's incredible.
And then somebody had the audacity to put the gum that they've been chewing for 50 minutes all in the goddamn seat.
I mean, it's New York, so you know what you expect.
This is why we don't have a Spider-Man 2 train right now.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I think this is more so specifically happening for San Diego Comic-Con. So they try, because Spider-Man 2 is gonna have a panel there as well, and you know, it's gonna be, you know, some stuff like that. So I think that's why this is also happening so soon in California. I would be surprised if PlayStation and the marketing team does not have a Spider-Man 2 train in New York in the subway system where this game takes place. If PlayStation were not to do that this time around again, ayo, that's an L. Well, yo, Bari, what's your thoughts?
I give them the benefit of that. I think there's going to be one. It's going to be most likely the shuttle from, you know, Times Square to like Union Square or something like that.
Yeah.
But nah, man, this looks dope. You know what I mean? This is great marketing. You know how many eyes are viewing these trains, you know, from a daily perspective. So yeah, it's something. It's not small. It's not minuscule at all. You know what I mean? It's getting people, you know, situation awareness, or just awareness in itself that, yo, Spider-Man 2, you know, get people talking. If it's 10 people, if it's 20 people, if it's 1,000 people, you know what I mean? You get people like, oh, yeah, this game coming out this year, or when is this game coming out? You get people asking questions or researching because so much eyes is viewing it. So, yeah, it's just smart marketing. I'm all for it.
I think PlayStation, when it comes to like their marketing, like with some of their big titles like this, I think it's real. They're very creative when it comes to that marketing. You know, stuff like this is definitely going to get eyes on the game, get people interested in play or looking at PlayStation or whatnot. So, you know, I definitely think Spider-Man 2 is going to be a huge game that's going to sell pretty well. So, you know, shout out to that the Spider-Man 2 team and PlayStation and whatnot. I do think, you know, I'm excited to see that panel as well, just to see you know, what new information we get. Do we get some new gameplay or whatever the case may be? I definitely would love to see that as well. So, you know, we'll definitely see what's up with that for sure.
We're gonna see what's up
or what it is, what it do. So yeah, shout out to Insomniac, shout out to PlayStation, shout out to that PlayStation marketing team.
That's how you compete. Exactly. The truth.
Who said that? The truth? That's how you come. Hold up. That was you know, that was a bar. I'm a PlayStation fan too. That was a bar, man. That was a bar. I'm a PlayStation fan too. That was a bar.
That brought a tear to my eye.
That was a bar. Yo, Bar, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, man, you be asking me too much questions in this goddamn podcast.
Let me ask you a question, Bari. Would you buy a Last of Us Part 2 remaster?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No hesitation.
You would?
No hesitation. Absolutely. Like, yo, bro, that game put the PS4 like through its trial and error. You know what I mean? Like yo, that game had that PS4 go. You know what I'm saying? So yo, I would love to see that being done in the same type of quality that part 1 is being done, because really and truly, part 1, I wanted them to implement the things that they did in part 2. You know what I mean? Just to give you a different style, different taste as far as like, the gameplay mechanics is being elevated a bit. But part 2, in my opinion, that is like prestige third person, you know, shooter game. You know what I mean? Like, yo, the shooting mechanics, the dodge, the melee, that is like top tier S rank, God rank, in my opinion, in video games for a third person action video game. So I love the hell out of Last of Us Part 2. If they was to do PS5 version, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, it'll suck that, you know, we got to pay for it again and whatnot, but Naughty Dog, I'm pretty sure they doing a lot of great work. and I'll happily play for the implementations that they're gonna put for the PS5 version. So yeah, I'm with it.
Now let me
You know what I mean?
let me ask a follow-up question, Bari.
Or they gonna put on PC?
Of course, I mean we know that's happening already, so that ain't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if this is Naughty Dog working on this remaster or director's cut? Because we know Naughty Dog's output since putting out Last of Us 2 hasn't really been that
crazy,
great compared to, you know, that of Guerrilla or Insomniac. You know, we got a Last of Us Part 1 remake, and now we're getting a Last of Us Part 2. Potentially, this is rumor. None of this is fact, right? But it's rumor.
Always rumor.
Yeah, it's rumor. But I the reason why I'm more inclined to believe this, because I don't see PlayStation, you know, they did it for Last of Us Part 1. They wanted that to be more in line with the Last of Us Part, to have a more updated experience from what they were saying and their reasoning behind that. I don't see why they wouldn't do a director's cut of Last of Us Part 2 to get that also on PS5 and have a nice little, and on PC as well, and have a nice bundled, the Last of Us series bundle where you have, you know, this in the first game in its best light, right? So I'm more inclined to believe this. But what if this is what Naughty Dog was also working on? So that's more resources that's being kind of pushed towards this to get this out the door, but we still don't have factions. We don't know what other projects they're working on, and their output compared to other PlayStation studios haven't really been the best. Would your feelings towards this coming out change, or would you still feel the same way?
No, I still feel the same. Yeah, like Naughty Dog, I feel like their output is not on point with the other PlayStation studios, but when they do put out something, it's top-notch quality. Like, of course, who else would I want them to do a remaster or a remake, whatever this article is? Of course, I want Naughty Dog to do their own game. You know what I mean? That's just the vibe I'm on. I'm not like everybody else that's on Twitter, be like, well, research. Yo, if they doing something like that, I want them to do it, pretty much. But yeah, I do see the other side of the coin when it comes to their output, and we still haven't got the multiplayer game, and we still don't know what new IP that they're making. But I will be lying to y'all. I will buy it. It's no different than I bought part 1. Do they need to do it? No, they don't need to do it. I've been saying that from day one. They don't need to do none of that. But am I going to buy it? Am I going to play it? Absolutely, 100%. But yeah, I do want to see them, you know, create some new stuff. I want to see them go outside of, like, you know, like create a new IP. I want to see them do how they going to do this multiplayer. And I hope it has Last of Us Part 2 gameplay. You know what I mean? Because like I said, that gameplay, I can play that forever and ever, especially if it comes to a multiplayer setting. You know what I mean? With the dodging and all that. So yeah, I would take that instantly. No hesitation.
So
all that. But the resources. So what?
Nah,
y'all don't buy games anyway. So what?
Well, I buy games, and for something like this. All right, so I'm gonna attack this. I'm gonna attack this from two different sides, right? The first side is like, yeah, like, you know, I would definitely love like a 120 mode or 60 frames or 40 frames with ray tracing and all that, the bells and whistles, to have like those PS5 features and stuff like that. I would love that as well. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that like I wouldn't be inclined to grab this. Like I would. But I think for me as well, especially someone like me that's really been looking forward to Factions 2 and looking at wanting to see what the next phase of Naughty Dog is looking like, because we really have been in the dark for a really long time. And when you look at Naughty Dog's output since Last of Us Part 2, we really haven't gotten any type of information, nothing substantial to really go off of. And like I said, their output has been not the greatest. So,
bro, ain't nothing changed with them.
No, what you mean?
Ain't nothing changed. They've been doing this for the longest. Now you're playing Uncharted collection.
You're right.
Remasters.
You're right.
They just put out Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection.
You're
That's
right.
PS5 remasters.
Yes.
They put out part 1.
Part 1 remake.
Something. part of the course with Naughty Dog. Yes, I agree. They should. I want something new, a new game or a new IP. Or
that's what I'm saying. Not even a new. I want to see what else they're working on. You know, like I don't want. You know, the last couple of years has been remasters and remakes and shit like that. And you know, I want to see what that next phase of Naughty Dog is looking like. The Factions 2s, the standalone multiplayer that they said they're working on, potentially Last was Part 3 or whatever.
You'll see the next phase buying the goddamn remaster of Part 2. There you go.
Yo, nah. That's not acceptable. That's not. Oh, that's I won't say accept. That's not enough.
So you want to buy it? Yeah, answer the question. Would you buy it?
I said I was going to buy it at the start. I did say that. But that's the thing. I still want to see what that next phase of Naughty Dog looks like. I don't want Naughty Dog to be relegated down to just doing
Naughty Dog like Marvel,
like
phase 2. And...
Yeah, because that's what it is, man. Like we're on the PlayStation 5 now, so this is definitely another phase with all of these developers. So you know, like I said, when you look at Insomniac and even Guerrilla, we're seeing that. You know, even when it comes to the output has been a lot quicker. You know, they've been able to put things out there that have the bells and whistles. I'm really surprised with Last of Us Part 2 releasing so close to when PS5 was releasing back in 2020. I'm very surprised that a PS5 version wasn't already in the works to kind of capture that as well. Because even again, when you go back and look at Insomniac had Spider-Man Remastered ready to go in tandem with Miles Morales, you know. So I don't know. I just feel like it's you know, Ghost of Tsushima got a director's cut last year or the year before. I forget which year it came out.
Fire,
you know, great game. You know, Naughty Dog is the only one that's like chugging here. And when you really look at it, Naughty Dog is the most, on paper at least, Naughty Dog is the most decorated when it comes to the awards and things like that. So it's really strange to see such a decorated studio like Naughty Dog kind of drag the way they have these past three plus years, and it sucks to see. So, you know, I just want Naughty Dog to be a bit more forthcoming when it comes to the information and the things that they're providing, because it really hasn't been much of anything for the past 3 years since the launch of Last of Us Part 2.
Y'all put Naughty Dog on this pedestal, the industry, the community. So it's going to take them longer for them to maintain and stay on that pedestal. They don't want to put on that hot garbage. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that everything needs to release, but at least show us, you know? That's my whole thing. Show us.
Oh, I'm all for that.
That's my argument. My argument is not you need to be releasing everything right away. My argument is show us what you're working on. You know, that's my argument. I'm not saying it needs to release even in the same year, but at least show us. Concept arts and things like that is not substantial. Concept arts, remasters, and remakes is all we've gotten for the past 3 years from Naughty Dog. Concept arts, remasters, and remakes.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the most decorated studios within the industry.
I agree with that.
That just doesn't sit right with me. So I have an issue there.
Yeah, I agree with that. End of the day, though, I'm copying that remaster.
Oh my god! All right.
That's the end of the day. That's what the news article was. If you're gonna cop this joint, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we stay in all this stuff. Like, yeah, we don't want Naughty Dog to do this. We want them to do that. But if this shit is true and that remaster drop,
you can still feel the way you feel. You can still.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. Well, I'm just saying, like, the original question you asked, are you copying that? Or how you feel about it? I'm with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm with it.
You know, I just think, you know, I'm surprised it took this long. You know, if it does come out.
Yeah, they are taking a little bit too long, though.
That's my whole thing. Like, stuff is taking very long. You know, especially for it to just like, be a remaster or a director's cut or something like that. It's like
that multiplayer game was supposed to drop last gen. You know what I mean? We're in a new gen. Obviously, you got bigger ambitions and whatnot for the game, but we in July 2023, still ain't seen nothing for that joint. You know it's not dropping this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, crazy. I don't know.
But I do know when it does drop, it should be heat. It should be.
It should be fire. It should be fire. You know, like especially going off of Factions 1. You know, like that was a really great multiplayer, very fun. So I feel like the second one should be as good, if not better.
All they needed factions 1 with part 2 gameplay. That joint will be heat. I'll be on that all day.
Facts.
If I can dodge somebody melee attack like precise dodge,
Yeah,
oh man,
yeah.
it's over.
Yeah, yeah, that would be fire, 100%. But you know, we gotta wait, Bari. We gotta wait and see. But this is great for gamers.
I was gonna say something, but this is WUPS.
Say it.
Nah, I can't. Nah, I ain't gonna
Oh,
say
it's something like that. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
don't
They gonna be like, oh, we got him. They're toxic.
say that. Yeah, don't say that here. All right, man. Yo, listen. Let's move on. Let's move on to something else, man. And you know, I definitely want to talk about, you know, big shout out. This will be real quick, man, but big shout out to PlayStation, looking out for the accessibility community, man. They did announce their accessibility controller at the start of this year, and now we have a confirmation for a price, when you can pre-order, and when it releases. So the price for this accessibility controller is going to be $89.99, right? And it will be available for pre-order on Friday, July 21st. And it's going to be through the PlayStation Direct store and in these specific territories, though. Where is it at? Here we go. So in the US, UK, France, Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Italy, Spain, Austria, and Portugal will be able to pre-order it through the PlayStation Direct store. And within other territories, there will be select retailers that you'll be able to get this from. And the features of this is pretty cool, Bari, because it features a 30. It has 30 control profiles, 13 buttons, and you can use 2 other controllers simultaneously. So you can connect 2 accessibility controllers to each other and a DualSense controller, and they all can function as one unified controller, which I think is pretty awesome as well. It does have 3 separate profiles that you can also create within it. It also has 4 extension ports and has 19 buttons. Sorry, not 13, 19. And it has 4 auxiliary ports as well. But Bari, man, how you you know, I think this is cool. I don't necessarily think this is for us per se, but I do think, you know, giving people in the community, especially within the accessibility community, the ability to enjoy games as well is always a great thing. So what's your thoughts on this type of controller, man? How you feeling about it?
Yeah, I'm happy that PlayStation have something like this coming into the market. I thought it was a great job that Xbox had an accessibility controller, because yeah, you know what I mean, it doesn't block anybody from not wanting to play their games. You know what I mean? So having something like that is always great to have more people play the games. What I would have loved them to do here is like, yeah, you announce the date, you announce the price and all that stuff, but have a video showcasing actual, you know, people that are disabled, you know, using it. You know what I mean? Like showcase, like, did they like the controller? Did they feel it? You know what I mean? You got to give that real world visual appeal that, yeah, this is actually useful. You know, I felt like that should have been the video. They could have mixed in with this video that you're playing right here. But overall, yeah, this is not for me. But I just thought it's a great idea to have something like this within your own you know, platform. So nobody have any excuse as far as like, oh, I can't play this game because whatever situation. You know, there's something that is there for you to help you out to get to play these games. So great job from PlayStation. And yeah, you know, there's not much I can really say about it other than, yeah, I think they did a great job finally getting one of these into the market.
Yeah, I agree with the having like some real world examples, or like people playing it like in the real world as you're demonstrating. I know that that PlayStation partnered with a lot of people within the accessibility community to throughout the build phase, R&D phase, and the build phase of this controller, to ensure that it's something that is definitely going to be to the liking of people in that community. But obviously everyone's different, so different strokes for different folks, per se. So I hope that this does definitely help within the accessibility community and those people, and it allows more people to play games, man. If more people can play games, man, that's more sales. That's more people supporting the hobby. You feel me? So shout out to PlayStation for also getting out there and putting out their own accessibility controller as well.
They've been doing a great job with the accessibility with the games itself within the software. So having something hardware wise, that's complements what you've been doing with all the games.
I would argue PlayStation is a leader in that, right, when it comes to the accessibility features, because and I'm speaking of their first party games, because when you look at like God of War, Last of Us, and things like that, Last of Us has a feature where it narrates the game to you, which I thought that's very impressive to do, and obviously
God
a lot
of War
of the
has
other
the little sound cues,
the sound cues and stuff like that. Yeah, like PlayStation and their developers are definitely, I think, one of the industry leaders when it comes to accessibility features. I know other games do it as well, but I've never really seen other games be as deep as PlayStation's developers when it comes to those accessibility features.
Yeah, there's a lot of options with the PlayStation game.
Yeah, there's a lot there. So shout out to PlayStation. I hope people that do need this, I hope it helps them out, man. And
I just hope people don't like abuse something like this, because it's going to be that one person that's going to like, oh, let me get this accessibility controller, and probably using like a fighting game. You know what? Obviously, to be honest, it don't really matter. It'll be like it is what it is at this point. Whoever use it, but make sure the people that needs a control like this are the ones that actually can get one in their hands. Not go on the PlayStation Direct store and order up like a whole bunch of these and try to resell them on what is junk called
eBay or something like that.
eBay or something. Yeah, I mean, like that would be kind of scummy.
Very scummy. 100%. I agree. But shout out to PlayStation. Keeping on the run with PlayStation, Bari. One thing I like that PlayStation does is the PlayStation Store top downloads for
people that actually buy the games.
Yeah. But this is great for gamers. Hey, listen, I'm just trying to, you feel me? I love that PlayStation shows us the games that you get a glimpse into like what people are buying on a PlayStation Store month to month, which I think is just cool to see it. I like seeing stats like this and stuff like this, because it's just, I don't know, I like seeing this type of stuff. You feel me? I like numbers, I like stats, metrics, and stuff like that. I like seeing stuff like that. I'm always interested in things like that, right? But for PlayStation in June, Bari, I think you're gonna be happy. We gotta see though for the PS5. You feel me? We gotta see.
I was very happy. I was very pleased. I wasn't surprised either.
I wasn't surprised either, to be honest with you. So for PlayStation 5 for the US, top 5 games, or top 10, we'll do top 10. Top 10 games were Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16, Street Fighter 6, GTA 5, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, NBA 2K3, FIFA 23, MLB The Show 23, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. For the EU, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16, F1 23, GTA 5, FIFA 23, Street Fighter 6, Modern Warfare 2, Cyberpunk 2077, NBA 2K23, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Bari, talk to me. How you feeling about this list, man?
This lisp or list?
This list.
Oh, okay.
List.
I thought you said list.
Oh, my fault.
Wealth, persona. Nah. But nah, I mean, I'm not surprised by this list here. Last month was a really, really big month as far as games, Diablo, Final Fantasy, Street Fighter, all in one month. And it's good to see that those games are in the top, 3 or top 10, depending on the region, how you look at it. So yeah, overall, it's great to see that, with such a big month like that, there's no real excuse from people like, oh man, why are these games coming up back to back? People actually went out and they bought the games that they want to play. And you'd love to see it, man. So shout out to Diablo, Final Fantasy, Street Fighter over here in the US.
What's really
you know what I
impressive
mean?
too is that like Final Fantasy 16 released at the end of June and made it to the top 2 spot in both
Yeah.
regions, which I think speaks to the interest of the game.
Mhm.
You know, especially we know that it sold 3+ million in the first week.
Yeah,
So
it was
you
on
know,
the latter
there was
half
a lot
of
of
the month.
there was a lot of interest in the game, which I think is great. But my fault. Go ahead, continue.
Oh no, that was a good perspective to put in there. But
Mm.
overall, I wasn't surprised by the top 3 games here. Because these are the biggest games to come out this month. You know what I mean? The other games, people's gonna scoop them up, whether on a sale or whatnot. But
Yep.
yeah, very happy to see that.
And it's
these
no
games are being
it's no surprise with
supported.
Diablo 4 as well. Like Diablo 4 is a very Diablo in general is very popular across like, you know, all platforms. So it's no surprise to see Diablo 4 capture that #1 spot. A lot of people were anticipating this game. I'm just happy to see Street Fighter in US, Canada, that #3, man. And you know, shout out to the first parties real quick. Miles Morales making it into the top 10. I'm very happy about that on both regions.
There's a lot of first party games in here. There's
Spider-Man,
GT, Spider-Man, God of War.
GT, God of War, still here charting in the top 20. GT.
Also, you got to take note too that Final Fantasy 16, it came out later in the later half of the year, but it's also only on PlayStation 5, where like Diablo and Street Fighter 6, they're also PlayStation 4 games as well. So
Yeah.
and you see that with the list below, because the PlayStation 4 games, they're up there as well as far as the top selling.
Yeah, Diablo is #1, and #3 in the EU for the PS4 consoles, which I think is really good. Miles Morales selling top 10 even on PS4. Man, people are definitely buying that Miles Morales game. That game's got to be as they should, absolutely. That game, Miles Morales definitely has to be at like 15 million on its own. It's got to be at a high number. Like I would love to see a sales update for Miles Morales just to see where they're at, because this game has continuously charted since it came out. Like it's been in NPD top 20s, it's been in other regions charts and things like that, and even in the PlayStation Store and stuff like that. This game is still selling, which lets me know like one or two things, right? Like, because Miles Morales is PS5 only, right? Or was this on PS4 as well? It was on PS4.
No, it's on PS4.
It's on PS4. I think this is also telling of like people getting their PS5s and buying Spider-Man as well. You know, like, you know, more PS5s are being sold and whatnot like that.
And then there's the movie that came out as well. People are like, oh, there's a Miles Morales game. Let me scoop this up.
Yep. Perfect point. So shout out to PlayStation. Shout out to the PlayStation Nation and the community for you know, supporting the hobby. You know, out here buying your games, supporting games that you like and enjoy. You know, shout out to y'all as well.
Certain publishers are going to miss that.
But this is great for gamers.
Oh, we ain't there yet.
But this is great. But this is great. But this is great. But this is great for gamers.
What is Bari talking about? Whoa, Bari, you are itching to get to that discussion, boy.
Oh, listen, man. I know, guys. It's been a little bit dry out here.
I can't wait.
On the channel, but I'm gonna chill, man. I'm gonna chill. See y'all in August.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait, boy. Yo, man. All right, so let's get into the PlayStation Plus games catalog for the extra and premium members, man. And it was a lot of great games coming out for this month, man. Right. So this month, Bar, we got It Takes Two.
It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Me and you.
Don't ever do that again. Ever.
It takes two.
Ever again. Ever.
Yo, rate my singing in the chat.
0 out of 10. 0 out of 10, guys. Go on. It's okay.
That's hating right there.
It's okay.
There's no way that was a 0 out of 10.
It's okay to give him a 0 out of 10. You know, I'm gonna put that in the chat too. 0 out of 10.
There's no way that's a 0 out of 10.
I'm gonna put that in the chat.
If you're being objective and honest, there's no way that's a 0 out of 10.
It's a 0 out of 10. I'm gonna put that in the chat.
Some haters.
Damn, somebody said -1 out of 10. Oh man.
Yeah, that man's a hater.
Hey, yo,
there you go,
said 9.5.
Corrosive being nice.
Cross to being nice, man. He being nice.
Jeff B gave you a hater. You a hater, Jeff B. Dark Prince, you gave me a score. I respect that. I respect
1 out of 10. It's a no out of 10. See, the chat agrees with me. They agree with me.
Cooper Clips, absolutely hater. Absolutely hater.
But yo, so we got It Takes Two, and we got Sniper Elite 5, SnowRunner, World War Z, The Ascent, Undertale. Undertale's a great game. Play this.
Yo, Undertale is one of my favorite games last gen, man.
Yeah,
I love the hell out of that game. That's probably in my top 20.
I don't know if it's in my top 20, but it's a great game though. I enjoyed this game.
Yo, I adore that game, bro. I've played that game so much. Passive runs, all of it, man. I love the hell out of that game.
Yeah, I like this game a lot. SpongeBob Bikini Bottom Battle, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, Melty Blood Type Lumina. Yo, this is a fighting game that like I picked this up. I played for a little bit. I never really got into it. I should go back to this. It's a very difficult game because of the guard system and how they have all that set up. Dismantle, Circus Electrocute, Dynasty Warriors 9, Samurai Warriors 5, My Little Pony, a Maritime Bay Adventure. Didn't you play this already, Bar? You own this game, don't you? You played this.
No, I played Samurai Warriors 5.
You played My Little Pony as well?
My Little Pony.
My Little
I ain't
Pony.
playing that.
You go pick this up and play it? Bari, we are going to need your review of My Little Pony on next Saturday.
Did you have like these My Pony dolls in the backdrop?
You are absolutely crazy. You ain't about to flip this on me. We are going to need your My Little Pony review.
Hold up. We got some breaking news.
What?
My Little Pony's an easy plat.
So you're going to be giving us your review next Saturday.
If it's an easy plat, yeah.
Okay, so next Saturday we'll be getting Bari's review of My Little Pony.
Add it to the board. If it's over 30 minutes, Knicks, I'm gonna pack it up. But if it's a quick one,
he said he's joking. He never played it.
Oh, all right. See, then we good.
Then we got Fast and Furious Spy Racers Rise of Shifter, Monster Jam Steel Titans, and then for the PlayStation Premium classic games, we got Gravity Crash Portable, Twisted Metal, and Twisted Metal 2. Bari, what is your grade for this month's PlayStation catalog games?
I'm gonna give it a B+. It's always great to see, fighting games get into PlayStation Plus, catalog. They have quite a few of them in there, and Melty Blood is a pretty good one. It's not an easy one to get into, but once you're in there, and you learn these characters how to play, good luck blocking a lot of the stuff. But if you can, get your offense off, you're good to go. But I love the hell out of Undertale. Like, I feel like a lot of the games that's coming into PlayStation Plus catalog were things that was already in now, and they just like, I guess because of license agreements and the fact that they restructured the services, they're putting a lot of those games back into them. So yeah, it's nothing like crazy and new outside of like the Ascent. Ascent is a new game, which Ascent was pretty cool. I just felt like the game was a little too slow, for one of those asymmetric type shooters. But yeah, I'm gonna give it like a B+, man. It's good offering, good variety out here. Sniper Elite, I like that series. That's one of my series that I'll play, just to get some of these these slowdowns and bone crunching shots and all that stuff. So I think a lot of people that would get into that will start Sniper Elite, they will enjoy the game. I have 5 already. Like, I buy every single Sniper Elite and the zombie one as well. But yeah, man, I think it's a great month. Great offerings here for PlayStation Plus, the best service in gaming. But yeah, that's my take. Give it a B+.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a C. It's an okay month. Not really anything too interesting. That's really truly
your gaming palette is horrible.
Hey, yo, who are you? Yo, who you
I'm
talking to?
joking.
Who you talking to? My gaming palette is A1, Bari.
So you telling me that
You
It
the one,
Takes Two is
you
a
the one
bad
out
game?
here. No, where did I say that It Takes Two was a bad game?
You think It Takes Two is an average game?
I think it's a cool game.
You think Sniper Elite 5 is an average game?
I didn't play the Sniper Elite series is cool, but I'm good.
You think that SnowRunner is the average game?
I never played it, so I can't speak to that.
World War Z, average
I never
game?
played that, so I can't speak to it.
The Ascent, average game?
I didn't play it, so I can't speak to
So
that.
there's a lot of games they didn't play that they're offering in this service, and you think it's a C?
Yeah, for me personally, it's a C because there's not really anything there that is truly captivating me, you know?
So you telling me that even though they added games in the service that you didn't play, you still would have played these games
No.
that you already subscribed to?
No, because if I was gonna play these games, I would have bought them already. They would already been owned. But this is great for gamers. I wouldn't wait for if these were games that really, you know, were interesting to me, I would own them already. I buy my games. But this is great. But this is great for gamers.
Mind blown.
Anyway, Bari being messy. So yeah, it's a C for me. I'm good. It's an okay month, but not really.
Oh no,
anything.
I'm just messing around.
Oh yeah,
These are C to you.
absolutely. So yeah, I'm good on that. Y'all can keep that. It's a C. Pretty okay month, personally. Yo, Bari, staying on the realm of Twisted Metal. I'm not going to show the trailer. Because I don't want us to get.
We learned a lesson.
Yeah, right. I'm not going. I don't need CNBC or whoever, or PlayStation, whatever, coming after us. So I'm not going to show the trailer, but I will say the Twisted Metal. They did show a new trailer for Twisted Metal. And the series premieres July 27th on Peacock. Bari, I know you saw the trailer. I know you saw I know you saw the trailer. I know you saw the trailer for it. What's your thoughts? First off, I'm a big Nev Campbell fan. I love Nev Campbell in the Scream series and in The Craft. I thought she was great. She's a very beautiful woman. You understand? So I'm a big Nev Campbell fan. But what's your thoughts on the trailer?
Horror queen.
Yeah.
It looked good. Like you know, I've said this many times before. Twisted Metal is a series that I never really got into. Like, yeah, I played it, but I never really was a super big fan of the series. Know some you know, some of the characters, you know, mainly the Sweet Tooth and all that. But overall, from what I'm seeing with the show, it looks like it's gonna be a fun, you know, ride. Like, it looks like it's not really taking itself too seriously, but within that, it still looks like it's going to be a well structured show. So yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, I'll be watching it. I think it'll be fun, you know, to give you know, reviews of the episodes and whatnot as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like it's going to be a fun show.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the story of Twisted Metal well enough to.
Yeah, I don't know a story either like that.
To critique this for accuracy, like how we did with Last of Us, and talk about the game versus that. I can't really speak to this show in that manner. I am gonna watch the show and check it out and things like that, and you know, I'm familiar with Sweet Tooth and Twisted Metal and the game and all that stuff, but I'm kind of going into this show. First, I thought the trailer was cool. I get that dark comedy humor ish that it's going for. I'm still on the fence about Anthony Mackie. A little bit.
What's wrong with Anthony Mackie? What's
I don't know if this is a role that he'll you know, I don't know. Like the
Thank
show.
you, Spider-Man. From Ant-Man, thank you, Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man. You gotta say that every time with every Marvel character that's not Spider-Man. But it's like, thank you. Go ahead.
I don't know. I felt the same way about Pedro Pascal, and then I ended up loving his performance in The Last of Us. So, you know, I'm remaining open-minded about this. It's just, I don't know. I think the show, I need to see the show. I can't really critique it without seeing it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm going into it with an open mind. and I'm hoping that it's a good show. I'm hoping it's got good action, good good car combat scenes, which based off the trailer, some of it looked pretty good. So I'm on board. They got me on board. So July 27th, we there day one. We're gonna see what's up.
Yo, so did David Jaffe give his thoughts on the show yet? I didn't see him make a video or the trailer or whatnot yet. I'm not too sure if he did it. But we could probably get David Jaffe on here so he can talk about the show, if that's cool with Persona. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Talk about the show and whatnot.
Sure. Why not? Yeah, we can get him on.
We get Jaffe on here.
We can get him on. We'll see what's up.
David motherfucking Jaffe.
See if we get Jaffe on the show. So yeah, Twisted Metal, July 27th. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up with that.
Yo, a lot of stuff is July 27th, man. Yo, I think that weekend gonna be.
I was gonna say, man, tournament, the Grand Blue Fantasy. That's a lot of stuff happening that weekend.
Street Fighter, Rashid that week.
Your birthday, like everything.
My birthday is the next day, the 28th. What you call it? Double Dragon, Gaiden, the 27th.
Oh, Double Dragon comes out next week. Double Dragon comes out next week.
No, it's the 27th.
Oh no, the week after. I'm on my fault. I'm thinking that next week was not okay. Yeah, you're right. Interesting, exciting times, man. All right, man. Moving on, man. Let's get into the realm of Final Fantasy 16, Bari, man. I want to talk about Final Fantasy 16 on two different fronts, right? So the first thing is PlayStation held a Player Choice Awards for June, and Final Fantasy 16 was voted the best new game of June, which I think is great. Shout out to the community and people definitely big up in Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 16 is getting this love, it's getting this recognition, which I think is great, right? But the other thing I want to talk about, man, is shout out to Genki, right? Genki is a great guy out here in the community, man. He does a lot of
my cousin.
He does a lot of the Japanese translations for different interviews and developers and big things that's going on in gaming from the Japanese side of things. So big shout out to Genki, man. He's a great person. And so there was an interview that Yoshi P and Koji Fox was holding, where the conversation of a DLC came up, where Yoshi P said that they're definitely thinking about options moving forward regarding Final Fantasy 16 DLC, and will hopefully have something to give us in the near future. So Bari, I have two questions for you. First question: would you want a Final Fantasy 16 DLC? Hold on. Calm down. Would you want a Final Fantasy 16 DLC? That's the first question. Second question is, what would you want the DLC to be based around? Go.
How dare you ask me that question?
Whoa. I'm just asking questions.
You know me.
I'm innocent.
And I know you.
Absolutely.
You know me more than I know you.
Absolutely.
But I know you more than you know me.
Absolutely.
And of course, I would love a Final Fantasy 16 DLC. And I feel like that DLC should, be around the one and only, the wonderful, the beautiful, the illustrious Jill Warwick.
Whoa. Surprise. Surprise.
Having her origin story, be given will be amazing. Having her times in the Iron Kingdom will be amazing. Having her times with Clive within that 5-year time span will be amazing. You know what I mean? Obviously, I would love a DLC with a lot of the characters in 16. That's why I rated it so high in my review, because the characters itself are amazing. You can divulge, you can pick out a lot of content out of them because they offer so much within the time that we played 16. But I personally would love to see more of Jill Warwick. Not to get into any spoilers. I just want to see, a type of, thing that would happen with her. You know what I mean? So That's where I will base the DLC or how I want it. How about you, Persona?
Well, thanks for asking, Bari. So for me, absolutely, I want DLC. I'm gonna be honest. Like I, I was hoping that they would do a DLC or do like a Final Fantasy 13 series type game with this, where it's like 16-1, 16-2, 16-3, or whatever. So for me, I absolutely would want DLC. The DLC that I would want it to be centered around is Sidolphus. I wouldn't mind seeing because we get a little bit of backstory of like how he was a part of the Waludian kingdom. He was the Lord Commander, and he decided to dip off. Was it the Waludian king? Yeah, it was Walud.
Yeah, he was part of
Waludian
because he
kingdom
thought that Barnabas' vision, because ultimately they had the same type of
vision.
goals, but the way how to get to that goal was much different.
Much different. So
and obviously we know that with Barnabas, that wasn't his own will.
Yeah. So I would have liked to see like, a story with Sid and kind of going through different types of trials and tribulations and whatnot. Also, I'm gonna be honest, Joshua. I would want to see
big spoilers.
Bro, it's coming on a month, man. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. It's a month, man. It's a month.
I mean, that's stuff that wasn't shown in any type of trailer, but go ahead.
We're gonna move on, man. I don't even want to talk about it no more, man. It is what it is. So.
I'm just saying, bro. Listen, man, trust me, somebody that
You're right.
Been uploading a lot of content, people don't like it.
You're right.
Yeah, they're not even interested in the game, but they don't like it.
Yeah, I would just want to see how like the
I mean, you already did it, so go ahead. I mean, go ahead. You already
I pretty much just quickly, I would just want to see like what Joshua was going through through the time, that first 13-year time period. I think that would be a really great DLC with Joshua for sure, going through certain things and whatnot, because it was clear that Joshua knew about Ultima or knew about an entity and stuff like that. So it'd have been cool to see like how he learned about that, the types of trials and tribulations he went through. Yeah, Yote. So it'd have been interesting to see the types of trials and tribulations he went through prior to throughout the 13-year time span. So that'd have been something I would want for sure. Either Sid or Joshua focused DLC. For sure. So yeah, let us know in the comments what y'all want. Oh yeah, the lost. I ain't gonna talk about. I was gonna say the lost icon. That's getting into some serious spoilers, so we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, that would be a cool DLC as well, especially if you could get those powers. 100%, I would love that. But yo, Bari, man, let's move on, man. Let's get into some quick news real quick, man. Bari, some congratulations are in order, Bari. So there was a Develop Star Awards that happened recently, and PlayStation cleaned up. They cleaned up. Shout out to Zuby, man. I seen this through Zuby Tech, cool guy in the industry as well, man. So PlayStation developers cleaned up, man. Shout out to God of War Ragnarok for winning best.
Hold up, Zuby did this art, or that's
no. This is something he said. Zuby didn't.
I was like, damn, Zuby, you upped your quality, like.
No. So best narrative for 2023, God of War Ragnarok. Best technical innovation 2023 winner, Horizon Call to the Mountain. Which I'm gonna be honest, yeah,
absolutely.
The
physics, everything in that VR, absolutely.
Best visual art 2023, Horizon Call to the Mountain. Again, Call to the Mountain is one of the best looking PSVR games out.
A VR, they saying best visuals. That's a VR game winning best visuals over all these other games.
That's what I'm saying.
Step the game up, developers. Step the game up.
And then best audio went to God of War Ragnarok as well. So big shout out to
hey, look at Kratos. Look at that. That's Trace, boy. Look at that look. Yo, why if somebody looks at you like that? What are you gonna do?
Yo, you trying to square up?
That's what I'm saying,
You
right?
trying to
Like,
square
yo,
up? Like, why you
trying
looking at me like that? What's going on? You good? Well, you know, us as New Yorkers, you know, yo, you good?
You good? Like,
And then if they don't say
look how Kratos looking.
yo, you looking at him like he really trying to scrap though. That's that, yo, I'm trying to scrap look. That's that I'm trying to scrap.
That's that. Wait till we get home. Look.
Yo, facts. Like, yo, you that like you were in a restaurant or something like that, and they acting up, give him that look like, yo, when you get home, it's on.
Oh, you want to act up here? You want to act out in public?
So yo, big shout out to Fire Sprite, Gorilla, and Sony Santa Monica. I think that those rewards are absolutely deserving, like 100%. You feel me? But yo, moving on, man. Keeping in the realm of Gorilla, real quick. So Gorilla had a like a dev talk type of thing at an event. And the couple of things that came out of that was that the multiplayer co-op game is a massive shift for the team. They are working with the Korean developer NCSoft on the Horizon Call to the Mountain multiplayer. Not Call to the Mountain, but the Horizon multiplayer. So this is a massive shift for the team, and it's almost the same level, almost on the same level as doing the first Horizon. Because remember, when they were doing the first Horizon game, they were coming off the heels of Killzone. So they were going into uncharted waters, no pun intended. They were going to uncharted waters with creating their first action RPG with Horizon Zero Dawn, which was a big undertaking for the team. So they're comparing that to now shifting into making a multiplayer co-op game as well as something that's a big undertaking. I think they'll be able to knock this out the park. I mean, we saw what they did with Horizon and how great that turned out. And the fact that they're partnering with people who are experienced in that realm and trying to make sure that what they're building is on par and high quality. I have a lot of faith in this multiplayer project. And there's around 16 plans in the works when it comes to like other things happening at Gorilla. Now, they specified the plans doesn't mean games, but there's 16 plans in the works. But Bari, hearing that, man, what's your thoughts? Are you excited for the Horizon multiplayer?
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. I just want the multiplayer to be really, really good, but also have the visuals be on point as well. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Guerrilla games and their multiplayers. You know, a lot of people claim that they don't like Killzone. I really enjoy Killzone. You know what I mean? I think they do a great job with their multiplayer. They have some dope co-op modes in there in the Killzone game. So I'm all for it. So with Horizon, obviously it's a different game, third person, you know, like RPG type game. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting how they do the multiplayer. Hopefully they do offer up a lot of variety within it as far as how people should play or modes to play. But yeah, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. I think Horizon's a great series. So obviously they're going to capitalize on its popularity and have, you know, more content being delivered from it.
Mm-hmm.
Within those 16 plans, I'm pretty sure about, you know, 6 of them or even probably more than that is dealing with Horizon. So
yeah. They said
yeah,
Horizon. They said Horizon's going to be around for a really long time. Like this franchise is going to be something because you know we got the third game, we got this multiplayer project. I'm sure there's other things they're probably planning up and working on in terms of like games or content or something like that they'll be able to do as well. So they said, you know, essentially they're saying they're in it for the long haul with Horizon. So we're going to be getting a lot more Horizon from Guerrilla over the next years. You know.
Yeah, I just hope that multiplayer look way better. Obviously, it will than that leak. That leak I was not feeling. That jump was looking like hot garbage. It was not looking like no Horizon characters. I don't want them to deter from the aesthetic, the look of Horizon, just to be like, oh, let's add this stuff in here. Obviously, you get there later, you know what I mean, with guest characters and, you know, skins and all that stuff. But I want it to be authentic to the Horizon series, not no, you know, peg legs. I don't know what the hell's doing that leak. You know what I mean? That's just me. But yeah, let's hopefully look good and stay true to the series.
You talking about like that cartoony look that we so
yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at the cartoony look. I'm just saying like they had like some weird looking characters that look so outside of what Horizon is. You know what I mean? Like the way how the characters looking, how it was dressed. Obviously, I know it will get to that point because of skins and unlocks and stuff like that, and probably crossovers. But I want them to, me personally, I would like them to stay tried and true to the series, the weaponry, tried and true to the series. Using those components to make a online game. I don't want to see no ray gun, dual pistol ray guns in the Horizon. I'm like, what the hell going on over here, man? Like, stay true to the series. And 2 years down the line, you probably get there.
Nah, I get that. That I get 100%. We gotta wait and see. we gotta wait and see.
We don't know.
We don't know. Yo, shout out to J-Dub, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. He says, let's go, Guerrilla Games. Rip Call of Duty, aka Halo Infinite 2.0.
Pack it up, J-Dub. We packing it up.
Yeah, shout out to J-Dub, man. Appreciate you, bro. So yeah, can't wait to see more from Horizon. Shout out to the Guerrilla team. But yo, moving on, man. Moving on, man. Let's get into so
yo, Jada, hope you feeling better, man. Yo, my man Jada was struggling on Tuesday, Persona, man.
Struggling with what?
That man was like, he could have talked, man. He was like, yo, man, I feel about he was out there sick, man. He went over there to Canada. He came back with like a whole flu and cold, man.
Oh wow, I hope you feeling better, Jada. Real talk.
Yeah, praying for my man Jada, man. Go get you some Robitussin, some ginger ale, and you'll be good to go.
Yo, but staying on the realm of Call of Duty, right? Let's talk about that Call of Duty leak. Potentially. So the leak is that Modern Warfare 3 will release on November 10th, 2023, obviously. The Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 3 will release November 10th. The Modern Warfare 3 beta will start October 6th, and the reveal will happen next month in Warzone. Bari, are you inclined to, obviously it's a rumor, nothing's confirmed, but how you feeling about this? You think that's very likely to happen? And what is your excitement level for Modern Warfare 3? His face, when I asked that second question, his face was crazy.
Because I was planning to do like when I was going to speak, I was going to do like a yawn, but I was like, it would have flowed well. I was going to be like, but whatever. But nah, man, it looks like it's going to be accurate. It sounds about right. Release date sounds about right. Looking around, late October, early November for a Call of Duty game to release. The beta, it says October 6th. That sounds a little bit too late. They would probably do like a first beta in like August, and then like probably a second one in around October.
I feel like they would do one in September, first beta September, second beta October, and then
around that.
Yeah.
But it does sound about right. And normally around this time, we would have already gotten like a Call of Duty reveal. We'd have gotten a Call of Duty multiplayer reveal, but they've been saving this whole save it for Warzone and make you unlock the trailer after everybody do this in Warzone. Like it's just weird. So they haven't done any story reveal yet and nothing like that. So I'm pretty sure the first trailer of like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, it's not going to be multiplayer. It's going to be single player content. But as far as my excitement for the game, like I'm a little bit jaded with Call of Duty. That's due to the fact that, in my opinion, the last 3 games they really haven't outright. In my opinion, so Modern Warfare 2019, absolutely hated the game. Cold War, I like Cold War a lot, but there's a lot of cheating and there's a lot of cheapness that goes on with that game. And I do feel like as much as it's easy to get like score streaks and whatnot in that game, it was a little bit ridiculous. Like going back to Cold War now, first game out here getting like big ass kill streaks because it doesn't reset off of you down. I'm like, yo, what are you thinking right here, Treyarch? Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2, you know what I mean? So going into Modern Warfare 3, there's certain things that I'm looking forward to. And if they don't deliver on these things, yeah, I'm going to be hesitant, man. It's going to be hard for me not to say that, if I'm not going to buy a Call of Duty game or not, to be honest with you. But it's more so buying the game just so I can experience like, okay, I don't want to just go off of hearsay. I want to actually speak from experience kind of thing. It's not like I'm excited to buy it. So yeah, if they handle the perks how they did with Modern Warfare 2, it's a no-go. The mini map, it's a no-go. The way how they do suppressors, it's a no-go.
The way they have the way that attachments penalize your movement in ADS after sprint, that's a no-go.
Yeah, like it's too many cons for attachments. Not saying they couldn't be cons, but it's just too much. And where the cons, they don't really have cons in like sights and stuff like that. That's why you see everybody with these ARs or these big ass sights that they have on their guns. And I feel like the score streaks, if score streaks or kill streaks, however they want to call it in the game, it's not like scary. Like you earn these big kill streaks, but you can shoot them down in a matter of seconds. There's no real like incentive for you to equip any big kill streak. If I get a chopper gunner, it will be instantly shot down as soon as the dude put down the goggles, because people's already shooting at it down so easily. You know what I mean? It's no different with a VTOL or no different with with anything, any type of chopper or anything like that. It's just it doesn't feel rewarding enough. So hopefully they will have it rewarding enough. One thing I do feel like Modern Warfare did right was the guns. So I'm not really too worried about the guns, but I think it's a Sledgehammer. They have a balance issue with their guns. But one thing I do know with Sledgehammer, they do listen to the community as far as what they will want. There's always going to be like some fun type of mode or whatnot. So that's the big positive side of what's going on with Call of Duty with Modern Warfare 3 with Sledgehammer. But yeah, I'm very wary going into the game, because I feel like the last couple of games I've been burnt. You know what I mean? With Call of Duty. So
yeah, I agree with a lot of those things. You know, we've had this conversation, Bari, time and time again, especially playing Modern Warfare 2 so much, and really experiencing a lot of the negatives when it comes to a Call of Duty game. You know, when I think back to the old school Call of Duty games, and then I look at these new school Call of Duty games, you definitely see like a stark difference when it comes to just being able to run and gun, for an example. Modern Warfare 2 is one of those games. Like, I think Cold War did that very well. Like, Cold War, I never feel like Cold War was penalizing me if I wanted to be a running gunner. You know, Modern Warfare 2 penalizes you for being a running gunner and someone that wants to flank and capture people in their spawn, or whatever the case may be, flank their spawn, or whatever the case may be, because they limit the tools that you would need to be effective at being a running gunner. So
you gotta wait
your ninja or dead silence, that not being a perk penalizes running gunners significantly, because someone could be running in a corner. Somebody could be sitting in a corner and hear your footsteps 3 blocks away, especially if you're running top speed using the tac sprint. They hear your footsteps, so they're always anticipating you, and so it's very hard for you to get the drop on people. And then again, going back to what I was saying with the attachments, a lot of the attachments in Call of Duty penalize you from a run and gun perspective. You know, so if you're putting a stock on a gun, and historically in Call of Duties, stock is actually meant to increase your movement, your aim, movement, and sway speed. That's why stock was always so good in old school CODs, because, you know, a player like me that likes to strafe a lot, stock helps me with that strafing side to side. But stock attachments in this game actually penalize your aim walking speed, your sprint, your sprint to fire speed, and all these other weird things. It's actually more effective not to have attachments on your gun than to have attachments. And then even if you're putting attachments on your gun and you go into the auto pro tuning to like tweak certain levels or certain variations of whatever attachments you have on your gun, it helps to a certain degree, but it doesn't necessarily, you still feel like you have the great saying from Ultron, there are no strings on me. That's not the case in Modern Warfare 2. There are a lot of strings on you. Like, even when you get into the tuning, it feels better, but it's not at that COD level for me personally. That really, like, yeah, I'm playing COD. You know, now I'm going in. You get what I'm saying? And those are things that I don't gel with this game. With the mini map of the game, again, I don't care what developers are saying with that bullshit of, oh well, we want it to be more what is it they were saying with like, oh yeah, no mini map is better for because listen to the sound. Oh, listen, a bunch of stupid shit, right? Where I'm just like, yo, like
Modern Warfare 2, it removes map awareness.
Yeah, map awareness.
You know what I mean? Or situational awareness. It's just more about clunky sounds that you hear, like, oh, I hear somebody really behind me. Obviously, that's always going to be in Call of Duty, but it's much more of that where it's less movement going on. But it's bullshit. The average players.
But it's bullshit, Bari, because the sound mixing in this game is not good enough for this to be.
It's not good.
It's not good enough for this to be an effective sound awareness type of game. Because if me and Bari are running side by side and there's an enemy running behind us, you know who footsteps I hear?
Yeah,
Bari's and the enemies and mine. What kind of awareness is that? You get what I'm saying? Listen, I get these developers are hard pressed to kind of reinvent the wheel, especially for a game like Call of Duty that's been releasing year after year,
bro.
Year after year.
Other CODs, you don't hear your teammates' footsteps like
that's
that.
What I'm saying, man. Like I understand that they're hard pressed to kind of reinvent the wheel and things like that. I understand that, like I get all that, but I think there are certain core fundamentals of Call of Duty games that should remain a staple. Those things are the running guns that should still be there, ninja as a perk, map red dot when people shoot a unsilenced weapon, because that's the purpose of a silencer, right? Like that's the counter. Like, oh, if you don't want to be seen on a map, use a silencer. But if you use a silencer, it's gonna penalize your damage range and your damage output and penetration. Pause. But that's the give and take. It's like in this game and in a lot of these Call of Duties as of late, they're just take and say, oh, okay, now try to be this, and it's like that's not fun. That's not good. Like there are certain staples and fundamentals in Call of Duty that need to be there. Ninja is a perk, red dots on the map. And like, yo, an effective UAV. The UAV in this game ping is so slow, I die because
UAVs are broken now.
The ping is so slow. Well, yeah, now it's busted, but you get what I'm saying. So and then again, attachments. Stop penalizing running gun players. Stop. And so, like, if Modern Warfare 3 maintains that core essence of what makes a COD great, I can see this being a good game potentially. And again, map design, spawns. Like, listen, we can sit here and talk about
spawns.
We can talk about Call of Duty.
God.
We can sit here and talk about Call of Duty all day, right? Because the spawns in Modern Warfare 2 are so bad. All right, so think of it this way. If you're spawning in the back of the map and the enemies are real close to your spawn and they keep killing you in your spawn, the system is supposed to, a good Call of Duty spawn system is supposed to spawn you on the opposite side of the map or a different area of the map where the enemy is not, because that prevents spawn trapping. In this game, they don't care about that. Even if because there's like this invisible line you're not supposed to cross in COD if you're trying to spawn trap or keep people in a specific spawn. And if you cross that invisible line, it'll flip the spawns. But then the system logic understands, like, oh, okay, we need to spawn them somewhere else. This system doesn't understand that, and it just keeps spawning. The enemy can be in your spawn, and they'll keep spawning you there. It's terrible.
It sucks too, because when you get out of spawn, your footstep is so loud. They know where you at. Like, majority of the times, dying in this game is based off of enemy spawning or where you spawn at. Really and truly, like there's obviously there's going to be people that's going to be better or people who's going to gun you down, but majority of the times, like there's times where you go on like a death streak. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, I died like 6 times in a row. That's because the spawns that you get put in or where enemies are spawning. Domination is such garbage in Modern Warfare 2. Domination was one of like the most popular modes in Call of Duty, but it's so whack in Modern Warfare 2 because of how the spawn system works. I think it's based off like player based or whatnot. You can capture 2 flags and it will spawn the enemy right in your flag, right there. You say you capture C or B, and you're holding it down, they will spawn them right there. Just based off of like, oh, if there's somebody here or whatnot. It's just weird logic how the spawn is. It's not based off of like, capture points or domination. It's based off of, I don't know what the logic is, but it's horrible.
Yeah.
Normally, you will see a lot of people playing domination, like COD streamers. They be playing domination, but now you see them doing search and destroy, or they doing like hard point or something like that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Something
not
that
playing
keeps you,
domination.
something that keeps you moving, because the spawns, the spawns in this game are just not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. But we gotta wait and see what's going on with Modern Warfare 3. Hopefully it's good. Can't wait to see the reveal so we can see what's going on, and hopefully, obviously me and Bari will give our thoughts and talk about it and whatnot, and speak to it in more detail. But yo, man, moving on. Bari.
Hold up. In Shredder's Revenge, you can play as Shredder?
Yes. Only in a survival mode. And you have to only in survival mode, and it's like a power up. It's not like you could choose him and then like fighting it. It's a power up. That's the only thing.
Hey, yo.
I know. Yo, shout out to Day Streams, man. I appreciate you for the super chat. They say, I need more variety from Sony Studios, getting bored. Variety like what?
What you want? You want turn-based RPGs? You want
yeah, like I don't. What do you mean by that? Like bored? How? Like
do you want RTSs? Do you want board games? Do you want I don't know. Yeah, I signed up for the Tekken network test. I didn't get an email.
I didn't get an email though. So I don't know if I'm gonna be in it or not. But I hope I get in. But yo, moving on, man. Yo, Bari.
Yo.
Let's talk about the Black Panther. The Black Panther. Wakanda forever, huh? Wakanda forever, huh?
In Bombay.
Hey yo, so EA reveals a new studio that they have under EA's repertoire of studios called Cliffhanger Games, and the first game that they're working on is going to be a Black Panther game. Bari, talk to me. Are you excited? What's your excitement level? Because I'll be honest, like EA, EA hasn't really been on like my no-fly list for a while. Certain things have been released from EA as of late that really has kind of changed my perspective a little bit of them. So like I'm not as hard pressed to be like, oh yeah, this is just gonna be a loot box facts, obviously, because it's gonna be a single player only game. But I'm especially looking at like Star Wars and some of the other games they have single player games they have coming out. I'm looking at it like, like I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt slightly. But with Black Panther, like, are you excited for this game? Like, it's like, where's your head at when it comes to Black Panther?
Absolutely excited for Black Panther. To be honest with you, I like the EA like original titles. You know what I mean? They did a great job of getting Respawn to do like Star Wars, or got them to do like Titanfall or whatnot. So with Black Panther, I don't know too much of this developer here.
They're brand new. It's a brand new developer. Brand new development team, yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm going in with a positive mindset with it. I'm being optimistic with it. I just hope they nail T'Challa, the actual character. Hope they nail the movement, the things that the character can do. And I'll go from there. Story wise, we see a lot of these developers, they're doing their own original type stories and whatnot. So we'll see. We'll judge that based off of where they're going with that. But I want to see how the gameplay, how they're going to make sure you feel like you are the Black Panther. You know what I mean? The movement speed, his agility, his strength, his gadgetry, making T'Challa feel like you are playing T'Challa, him being one of the smartest, beings on the planet. him being a great strategist, a great chemist, things like that. That a lot of people probably don't even know about T'Challa like that because the movies didn't really portray that so much. But yeah, I'm looking for that comic book vibe and making sure they nail, the character, authentically. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? A lot of people gonna bring up the whole Black Power movements and all that stuff I'm seeing in the article and all that. If you don't nail the character of this game ain't good, I'm not holding up no fist. I'm gonna say that joint is trash. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a black character or not.
Listen, I'm not
Make
holding
sure
up no
you nail the
fist.
goddamn character and nail what this character can do. You know what I mean? Once you nail all of that, then we get in the whole Zimbabwe and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but, you know what I mean? I'm with all that. But if this joint is hot garbage, we're gonna pack this thing up respectfully.
Absolutely. I mean, I want this to be a great game. I really, really do. But if it's not a great game, I'm going to be honest. Regardless of who's making it or what it is, got to be honest, because how else are people going to know and improve? So I'm excited for this. I want to see how this plays out. I want to see how good this team does. I'm excited. I'm paying attention to this and I'm very excited. So I can't wait to see more. They're in the very early stages though, Bar. Like we're not going to get this game till like 2028, some shit like that. Like this.
Yo, EA been locking up some Marvel stuff. They got Iron Man
by Motive,
they got
and now
Black
this.
Panther.
Now they got Black Panther. Yep. And Star Wars. Well, not Marvel. That's not Marvel. Never mind. But Disney. So yeah, shout out to Black Panther. Can't wait.
Hopefully Activision can make a Marvel game too.
So I can't show this trailer because I found out that this was a leaked trailer that the official page took down. So I don't want to show this trailer and then we get in trouble. But I'm talking about DBZ Kakarot. This is quick fire news, by the way, Bari. DBZ Kakarot DLC 5 has been unofficially officially announced, and it is the 23rd World Tour Saga. So Goku versus
I saw it on the PlayStation on an Explorer thing. I saw DLC 5.
It showed on this hype page, and like in the comments they're saying like they took it down. So somebody ripped it before they took it down. So I don't want to. That's why I don't want to show it. But DLC 5 is pretty much going to be the Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball World Tournament section. So
the 23rd,
the 23rd tournament. So it's going to be Team Goku versus Piccolo, Tien versus Junior. Sorry, Junior. We're talking Dragon Ball. This is Dragon Ball. It's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but this is Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball storylines and stuff like that.
He's gonna fight you. He's the strongest thing alive.
I haven't seen.
I don't know that open. Dragon Ball.
I haven't seen Dragon Ball in years.
I don't know, but y'all too young.
I haven't seen Dragon Ball in years, man. I might do a rewatch of that. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, how you feeling?
Dragon Ball, they wasn't holding back.
Nah, they weren't.
Dragon Ball, bro.
They weren't, man. They didn't care. So Bari, how you feeling about this DLC? You excited?
Yo, I feel like Dragon Ball Kakarot is the best Dragon Ball game to come out. That game, from just a story level, content level, the action, everything, they nailed that game, man. Yeah. Seeing that they're going back into Dragon Ball storylines with the 23rd World Tournament, it's amazing to me. I'm all for it. I love the hell out of Kakarot. So yeah, I love this game. That's a game I'll be forever playing. And I did play the DLCs as well on the PS5. So I just wish that they would have added some trophies for the DLCs.
Facts.
For it. But overall, it's a fun game, amazing game. If you're getting into Kakarot right now, you have so much content. You know what I mean? From super stuff, from Trunks Saga. You have a whole bunch of stuff to get into. With Kakarot.
The Bardock Saga.
Yeah, man, it's a lot, man. It's a lot to get into. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, same. I'm excited for this. Moving on, man, real quick, man. Yo, let's talk about you ever had a gecko, Bari?
I did.
You did have a gecko. What was his name?
I'm a big fan of lizards. I had a lot of lizards. I forgot the name though. It wasn't my personal gecko. It was my brother's, my older brother,
Okay.
before he left out. But it was like what was the gecko? It was like one of them big eyes. I forgot the name of it. They could be very aggressive too.
Mhm.
I forgot the name of the gecko, the species.
Mhm.
But
So if
they have-
I know you're a fan of lizards. I know you're a fan of, geckos, lizards, and all those different things. You ever played the game Gex? Yeah.
I did play it, and it's horrible.
Oh. So I guess your excitement for the trilogy announcement is low.
Yes. Yo, I don't know if you remember back in the console podcast. This is back in like 2014, 2015. I always used to hate this game, always ragged on this game, Gex. And funny enough, I have to go back into the archives. Like, this is going way back to the archives. And I'm like, yo, if they ever was to remaster or remake this game, I don't know why, because Gex, I didn't like it. I personally did not like this game. I thought it was hot garbage. But I'm very, very surprised that they are doing a remaster trilogy to this hot garbage.
I'm surprised too. Like, this is like, for me personally, this is like way out of left field. Where I'm like, Gex, of all games that we would love to have back, Gex, really? I'm good. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna see how it's looking because it's being remastered on a new engine. On the Carbon engine. I don't know. This personally, this was like out of left field. This is not like an announcement I was ever expecting to have happen, especially this year. So for me personally, I'm not like super duper excited for this. I'll see how it's looking once we get like a full trailer of the game to see how they look. But as of right now, this is not something I'm necessarily clamoring for. But Gex. Wow.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's actually coming out.
Gex. Wow. But yo, man, moving on, man. Last bit of news, man, before we get into our discussion, Bari, we got to talk about Evo. Evo's coming up, guys, in August, and the sign-up numbers are here. And I am not gonna lie, if we had these numbers for a Street Fighter 6 tournament, all that shit's being done offline. Yo, the pools for Street Fighter 6 are going to be crazy. Yo, we're talking like all day. So,
bro, that's
Street Fighter
right
6, 7,061 signups. Guilty Gear Strive, 2,481. Tekken 7, 1,580. Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3, 1,346. DBZ Fighter Z, 838. King of Fighters 15, 666. Whoa. That's a very specific number.
Very devilish.
Melty Blood Type Lumina, 554. And Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Edition, 449. Bari, talk to me. How you Evo look like it's gonna be pretty good this year, man. All these signups.
Yeah.
Some
I'm not surprised by the top three here. Guilty Gear is very, like, people look at these, 1,300, 1,500, 2,400, like, oh, that's low. No, that's very, very high numbers. You know what I mean? This is the biggest tournament in the world. You don't normally see this type of numbers for major events like that. But yeah, Street Fighter breaking a record of Street Fighter 5 with 7,000. That's crazy how popular and love the game is. People want to compete. Obviously, the price pot is there. Where going into the run-ins, with the accumulating all the points, for Capcom Cup, people's definitely trying to compete for that stuff. Well, personally, I feel like Melty Blood, I feel like Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate packed those things up. Grand Blue should have been in there, and DNF Duel should have been in there. It would have had more numbers than those two
nobody
games.
playing DNF. Grand Blue, I mean, ain't nobody playing that either, respectfully, or not a lot of people are. So,
yo, if they would have had DNF Duel and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, in Evo, it would have been more than these numbers. You'd have see like around Dragon Ball, King of Fighter numbers than Melty Blood and Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 is only there because of the hype for 1.
Yeah,
know,
they're definitely going to do some reveals at the end of that.
Everybody's going to tune in for one because they want to see what new trailer, what new announcement they're going to have for that.
The top 8. They definitely want to see the announcements at the end of that top 8 for sure. For sure.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, when it comes to games like, you know, like Melty Blood, I don't know what hype. You know, people just love the game because of this. They don't want to participate because they love the game. But there's no hype you're gonna be.
I'm surprised that Melty Blood. I'm surprised Melty Blood's there. To be honest with you, I didn't really think that because I never really heard of Melty Blood until this one that came out recently. I never knew of Melty Blood, so I didn't think Melty Blood was going to be even this popular to make it onto the Evo top 8 games.
I think
that's going to be at the tournament.
There's going to be like a new On the Night in Birth announcement.
Yeah, UNL
Melty Blood tournament.
Yeah, UNL is definitely or New Under Night is definitely something I would like to see. Play with my
I know MK is going to be huge. I'm not discrediting that. I'm just talking about the signups. Not a lot of people interested in playing MK11 like professionally or you know, like competitively like that. Not saying that 449 people is not a lot. That is a lot. But I feel like if Grand Blue because Grand Blue and all those games, it more people would want to compete for that, especially knowing that it's going to be Grand Blue Rising coming up. DNF got a new character. Mortal Kombat, there's no support coming for 11. People's just waiting for the next new game. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But that's
so shout out to Street Fighter though, like that 7,000 number, breaking those sign up records. You know, that's a really good thing to see. I'm really excited for that. You know, I can't wait to see those Street Fighter I can't talk. Those Street Fighter top 8s. It's gonna be really dope. You know, hope I get to see Big Bird FGC make it to the top 8s, man, with his Marissa. That's who I'm rooting. He said he's participating, so I'm hoping to see him there and make it to the top 8.
I think he'll be up there. He's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that, man. I'm very excited.
That's a lot of people that you're gonna have to fight if you go into losers early.
That's gonna be a real tough uphill battle, boy. Ooh-wee. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough uphill battle, man. But yo, man, listen. If you've made it this far in the show, that's the news, guys. And if you made it this far, get you some trophies, man.
Yo, Wolf also said, man, he said, yo, stop leaving out news with Tumba coming to PlayStation. You remember Tumba? Tumba PS1 game?
Nah, I didn't play that.
Little pink-haired, caveman.
Nah, I ain't played that.
I liked it. A little side-scrolling little joint.
Shout out to Tumba. That's coming back.
Yeah, they're doing a remaster of the first game.
Word, shout out to Tumba, man. Definitely, you know, shout out to the people that's excited for that. Hope y'all enjoy that. But yo, Bari, man, we are in the discussion portion of the show, man. And I got one question. It's been the hot topic all week. This is all people have been talking about on Twitter for like 2 weeks now. Well, really for over a year and a half, but it's been really crazy these past 2 weeks because of what's been going on with Congress and the FTC and CMA and all these other things, man. You know what I'm talking about, Bari? Talking about this ABK Microsoft deal. Now, hold on, guys. We are a PlayStation podcast where we talk about all things PlayStation. And with this conversation, we are going to be tackling this from a PlayStation perspective. Okay, so calm down. Relax. Bari, are you there? Are you there? Are you paying attention, Bari? Are you paying attention, Bari? Do you hear my voice clearly, Mr. J. Bari? You hear? Okay. Here's my question. Oh, yo, shout out to Pink Princess in the city. Appreciate you for the $3 super chat. We appreciate you, Pink Princess. So, Bari, my question is this. I'm going to throw a scenario at you, Bari, and I want you to answer the scenario truthfully. I know you will, but, you know, we're just saying that for the cameras. So, cameras on us right now. We're on camera right now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We're on camera. Yeah, we're on camera. So, Bari, the ABK deal is pretty much going through. You know, FTC, they lost their case to instill an injunction. And then they actually, it just got revealed that they lost the appeal as well. So the appeal's not it's done. Like this shit's done, right? So Microsoft is free to close on the Activision deal. Only thing left is the CMA, which they're looking at concessions and things like that. So, you know, this thing is pretty much this thing is this thing is pretty much done. Like you know, they're being acquired by Microsoft. Like it is what it is. So my question to you is this, Bari. What does PlayStation do next? And let me you know what? Let me ask it the right way. Hold up. Oh, where is it at? How should PlayStation Okay, so here's my question. How should PlayStation respond to this what's happening in the industry right now with the ABK deal? So it's happening, it's getting locked down. Jim Ryan gets on the phone, it's like, I gotta call Bari and get some advice. Bari, you pick up the phone. Yo, Jimmy, what's good, man? I can't wait to see you at the barbecue. And he asks you, Bari, you know, what kind of advice can you give me on how PlayStation should move after this ABK deal happens? Bari, what do you say?
Well, my thoughts on how PlayStation should move has been the same from the beginning. With the first acquisition with Bethesda, they need to acquire a big, a publisher as well. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this whole FTC filings and whatever thing has revealed a lot as far as how Microsoft has been moving in the last couple of years pertaining to how they view PlayStation and what they are doing within the industry. So PlayStation, obviously, very much known for scooping up, exclusive type third-party deals or some type of exclusivity, rights or some type of exclusivity content when it comes to third-party games. And Microsoft themselves reacted with saying that we don't want to be left out with some of these games, so we're going to end up the deals that you're making with these publishers, we're going to end up buying the publisher. So when I see somebody say stuff like that and respond the way how they've been responding, I feel PlayStation needs to acquire and scoop up a lot of these content and IPs as well. A lot of people go around and say that PlayStation doesn't need to do that stuff because, these games are coming to PlayStation anyway. But that is not the case when it happens with Bethesda. Starfield, that game was supposed to be, PlayStation was setting up some type of exclusivity deal with that game. And Microsoft ended up buying the publisher and took the game all away from PlayStation. The next Elder Scrolls game right away from PlayStation. You know what I mean? If you want to avoid things like that going forward, you will need to buy another, like a publisher. You know what I mean? Preferably, I think they need to buy Square Enix. You know what I mean? Or like a Capcom or something like that, in my opinion. Because what's to stop Microsoft now? And I'm saying Microsoft. I'm not saying Xbox. I'm saying Microsoft. What's to stop them now from buying any other publisher after this acquisition went through? You know what I mean? Call of Duty, big game on PlayStation. Activision, big publisher towards PlayStation. But that still, whatever exclusive deals or contracts PlayStation was doing with them, obviously Microsoft wasn't happy with it. And what they did, they end up buying one of the biggest publishers in gaming. So I've seen a lot of takes on the internet, and I'm just like, yeah, I can tell that you're not really like into the PlayStation brand, because a lot of the takes that people are saying is just dumb as hell. Because regardless if a game is defaulted to go on PlayStation, that's still not going to stop this company from buying the publisher. You know what I mean? Yeah, the game probably will still come to PlayStation, but it's their game, where now they have to share some of the profits, not with just you and what you set up with the publisher. Now you got to incorporate Microsoft within it. Now you got to sign up or deal with Microsoft, services. Now you got to talk with Microsoft when it comes to any type of deals or contracts your biggest uh um your biggest competition within the market. You know what I mean? So yeah, so my response is always been the same. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but I always felt like PlayStation needs to respond with buying a publisher as well, because these are the things that Microsoft is doing due to the fact that they want games to not forget their platform. So they're willing to go out, you know what I mean, dive into some, Windows or some server racks money, and have Xbox not be forgotten from these publishers or developers because they're buying them up. So yeah, I think you're gonna have to buy them. I don't think you need to go crazy like saying buy no EA or Take Two and whatnot. But I feel like somebody like Square Enix, you don't want to lose any type of game, from them on the PlayStation side, and somebody like Capcom as well. You don't want to lose any type of game from them as well. You know what I mean? So those are my things I think PlayStation needs to look into. Um, you know what I mean? Whether people disagree or not, it is what it is, but that's the side I view it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, a lot of that I agree. The thing that I've been saying since the Bethesda deal, right? I've maintained this stance through and through, and I'm maintaining this stance today. I don't think that PlayStation or really any business should respond to business dealings emotionally, right? You know, Seeing these types of things happen, first off, business, I've said this all the time, business happens while you're sleeping. Like business is always happening, business is always being conducted through 24 hours a day. So business is always happening. So right now, while all of this is happening with the ABK this and that and all this and that, business is still being conducted on the back end with other companies, right? And I'm not saying with PlayStation, I'm speaking in general here. From the perspective of PlayStation, I know a lot of people, especially PlayStation players or PlayStation Nation or whatever. Their approach to this is very, in my opinion, comes off very emotional, where it's like, yeah, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, and I always maintain that PlayStation should acquire what makes sense, right? When the Bethesda deal happened, I said that PlayStation needs to capitalize off the corner, lock down a corner of the market where they're the strongest. And I think when it comes to PlayStation and how they, what has propelled them to be such a successful brand, I do think locking down a lot of those other studios like Capcom, the relationships that you've built over the decades, Capcom, Square Enix, I think those make sense. And I think those fit the PlayStation brand and mold, right? And I also think you check off a box that a lot of people have been wanting you to check off for quite some time, and that's the Japanese games market, right? Having something like a Square who makes a lot of Japanese centric games, I think would fit well into the PlayStation brand overall. And I think Capcom, which also makes a lot of games that cater to that Japanese market, but also makes games that cater to the Western audience as well, with the Street Fighters and things like that. Especially since you have Evo that you own. I think having a fighting game publisher like that under your belt with one of the most popular fighters that we just saw with Evo out there, I think those two would make sense if we're talking from a publisher perspective, and what would fit into the PlayStation brand and mold. That's and it's, anything that PlayStation does, I don't want it to just be. I wouldn't want it to be just, oh, we just have to buy this because. I would want it to be something that makes sense to the brand and something that makes sense to the bottom line. You feel me? That's always been my stance. So I think Square and Capcom, to me personally, make the most sense from a perspective of what would benefit PlayStation in a pocket or corner of the market that they can kind of lock down. Like, all right, this is the corner of the market we got the fighting scene, and we got the JRPG scene, and then we've got our high quality games, and now we've trying to lock down or try to get a foothold into the live service scene by having Bungie and having some of your other studios and partners and things like that making games in that games as a service, live service, multiplayer section, so that then you've got your hand in a bunch of different pots. I think that's what makes sense. Obviously, the games as a service stuff is still remain to be seen because we haven't really seen anything of that yet. Nothing substantial, at least. So the success of that is still remain to be seen, but PlayStation's hand is in those pockets. So that's kind of always been my stance.
We see the success of the game live service stuff. Gran Turismo, MLB The Show.
I mean, yeah, fine. If you want to use those, but I'm talking like the these newer things, you know, the Concords, the Marathons, the Fair Games, the Helldivers 2s, the Factions, things like that. That's what I'm talking about when I speak to success. Yeah, we know GT and MLB is going to be great. Like, we know that. I'm talking about that other stuff, the newer stuff.
Yeah, like I said, man, I just think it's crazy to think there's people that really think that PlayStation don't need to react to something like this after one of the biggest publishers in gaming, or probably the biggest publisher in gaming, has been acquired by your rival competitor. You know what I mean? Like, that's
people,
wild.
People saying
that's
that. I don't
like
agree
a
with
basketball team. Somebody got LeBron and be like, there's no real reason for me to react to get LeBron. We're good with our team. Like, nah, you got to react to that.
No, you definitely do.
The reasons why Microsoft is buying these things, y'all got to pay attention, bro. They are following PlayStation and what they are aligning themselves with or getting exclusive with, and they saying, oh, you aligning yourself. So you was going to get 3 Bethesda games exclusive, or yearly exclusive, or time exclusive? No, we're going to buy the publisher. Oh, you getting Call of Duty content exclusive? That's killing our platform. Oh, we're going to buy the publisher. Obviously, there's other reasons why they do buy the publisher, but I'm saying like the major things when it pertains to PlayStation, and these were pointed out in these emails. To sit back and say PlayStation don't need to react is ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? And yes, some of these games, they do come to PlayStation, but you don't want to lose that IP. You don't want to lose that the branding of that game tied to your platform. You know what I mean? So yeah, they do get Square Enix games. Yeah, they do get Capcom games. Yeah, they do get these type of games because of the market. The mind share that PlayStation has in the market, but you don't want to lose that market share. You don't want to lose that mind share. So you have to it's how to maintain that, how to keep that. I think obviously these companies need to get bought or whatnot, but I think they need to get a publisher with those type of IPs, as much as IPs like a Square Enix, so they don't lose any of those games. Losing one Square Enix game or that would normally come to PlayStation and it's not coming anymore because another person bought them up is a big L, and you don't want that to happen. Capcom as well, or any other game as well. Mm-hmm. And these are the things that's what's happening with Microsoft purchasing these publishers. Eventually it will happen with Activision. You know what I mean? Yeah, they have some clause and things right now, but no different with contracts and whatnot. There's a time period, and when that expires, you're gonna have to renegotiate. Over for another contract or another deal. You know what I mean? So I don't think PlayStation want to do that. I couldn't even tell right now. My mouth is like hella dry.
That's really good. That's gonna be a short.
Absolutely.
So I agree. You know, I think I people saying that PlayStation doesn't need to respond. I wholeheartedly, strongly disagree with that. But again, the stance that I've always maintained: don't respond emotionally. You know, I emotional spending or whatever. Like, no, buy what makes sense, and that's all. That's always been my stance since Bethesda. Buy what makes sense, and that's my stance here. Buy what makes sense to the brand, and buy what makes sense to keep the strength of the PlayStation brand strong. What makes sense?
Obviously,
what makes sense
they'll
to
have
PlayStation?
to buy to make what makes sense, but
obviously you buy. buy some shit. Absolutely. And I do think they need to have a publisher, especially after this. You know, Microsoft is 2 publishers in, but that ZeniMax and now Activision. 2 of the largest publishers in the industry. You feel me? Like PlayStation's gotta grab at least one of those off the table. And obviously, you know, the conversation of consolidation. Listen, man, I think this whole consolidation stuff it sucks, because in the grand scheme of things, I do not think that this is gonna, you know, you got a lot of fanboys and stuff like that on Twitter and all this other stuff where people are kind of championing this stuff now. But I think down the line, people are gonna really feel the blunt of this consolidation stuff. Like I really do. But I think where we're at now, it's the Lions den. So it's like either you get with the, either you get in there and you get in there and you get dirty, or you just you miss the boat. You know, either you gonna get on the boat or you gonna miss the boat, right? That's where we're at.
It's Microsoft either. It's not these other embracers.
Yeah, it's Embracer, Tencent, you know, Amazon, Apple, you know, like Google. You know, there's a ton of other players in the game now, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think when it comes to this, the stance of consolidation, I disagree with all of this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it. But where we're at, you got to do something. You got to do something, because it's not going to stop at this point, especially after this deal has gone through. Like once the ink dries and all that, and this is 100% done, I think that's when you're really going to see the blowback from something like this being pushed through and being okay.
Oh, yeah, you're going to see the true intentions and all that, because this is a major big deal. Like Bethesda was a really big deal. But this is like
this is major.
This is the biggest gaming acquisition in history.
One of the biggest acquisitions overall, like in general, from a money amount in history. So looking at it from that perspective of like, okay, one of the biggest acquisitions of all time just got approved. Will stop me from throwing, you know, 10 billion at that.
Mm-hmm. And listen, an acquisition like this is a lot of money, obviously, but the games that they deliver, if Call of Duty can maintain, you know, their momentum, yeah, they'll get that back in a matter of years, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Microsoft is too worried about, oh yeah, this is what we got in hand now after this acquisition. Yeah, obviously there's going to be some changes within job positions and stuff like that. That's always going to happen after acquisition. But in a year or two, that money be right back in hand.
Yo, True Bleed brings up a good point too. He says people don't understand they acquired 4 publishers, not 2. He's right. ZeniMax and Bethesda is actually 2 separate. That's technically 2 separate publishers, and then Activision and Blizzard. So technically, they've got 4 publishers under their belt.
I mean, but ZeniMax is like
it's like the overarching.
Bethesda, Bethesda was a branch of ZeniMax, because ZeniMax acquired Bethesda. And Activision, Blizzard, I can see the 2 publishers in that, because they kind of run independently, but it's still like one gaming sect.
Well, that's always been my stance. You know, just buy what makes sense, and that's really it. Really. So, yeah, that is. You got anything else to add, Bari? That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, man. I do, regardless of how PlayStation respond, I do think there's going to need there's a respond that's going to be needed, whether it's publicly or, you know, behind the doors. But I'm pretty sure they're working on something, or they're gathering up or gearing up for a response, because you're not going to sit on like on your chair like, oh, they just bought the biggest you know, publisher in gaming. They just bought one of our biggest money revenues, or money you know, one of our biggest revenues you know, on the PlayStation Store or this PlayStation, and think that's okay. There's a reason why Jim Ryan was batting out that, you know, he didn't want the deal to go through. He wanted to make sure that PlayStation was good within this deal, because that's how big of an effect that can happen for the PlayStation brand with an acquisition like that being tied behind your major competitor. You know what I mean? So to say that they don't need to respond, they're good with what. Yeah, we love the PlayStation games. PlayStation, Spider-Man, all those games are going to be great. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine and dandy. Nobody's questioning that. Nobody is want to debate that, but it's not Call of Duty. You know what I mean? But it's not those type. It's not a yearly, annual 20 billion, 14 billion type game coming in. You know what I mean? And PlayStation obviously is going to lose a lot of that. So yeah, they definitely need to respond.
Yeah.
And they need to tie up IPs. Just because the game is going to come to PlayStation anyway. The only reason why they would come to PlayStation anyway, due to they're the market leader. You know what I mean? Well, Microsoft wants to change that. They want them to be the market leader. So
Yep.
they buy something like that. They buy something like Bethesda, so people can come over to their platform, and their platform can get, once their platform becomes the market leader, they can get the exclusive deals. They can get these games to come exclusively to the game, because people are going to look at a potential sale. Oh, you got 80 million, 100 million. You're the market leader. So that's the benefit of PlayStation. PlayStation don't want to lose being a market leader, so they need to control and get some of these IPs. And I personally think they need to buy, a publisher.
Yeah, I agree.
To maintain that.
I agree. 100%. 100%. Yeah, man. So you listen, man, that was the show, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, we got to give you your trophies, man, for making it this far, man. Y'all made it pretty far in the show. And then, of course, we got to give y'all that lovely, lovely platinum trophy. 133 platinums. Y'all out here, man. Y'all are getting these plats, man. Y'all are getting these plats. But yo, Bari, starting with you, bro. Give the people your outro and let them know what content you got coming to the channel, where they can find you, and all that good stuff, bro.
Yeah, man. Appreciate everyone coming through and hitting the like button, sharing the stream out. It's always much appreciated. It definitely helps with the algorithm with YouTube, and it helps us grow. So if whether you're old or new, we always enjoy entertain you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy your stay here at What's Up PlayStation Podcast. But as for me, more Final Fantasy 16 content is coming. I do have some cool videos coming when it comes to the game, showcasing some of the stuff, or just talking, having a general conversation about it. Definitely planning a spoiler cast as well for it. Gearing up for a Street Fighter 6 tournament that's being taking place in like 2 weeks. So you're going to see some Street Fighter 6 content as well coming from me. That's probably most likely grinding from rank, trying to move up in rank and making content from that. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it, man. I like I said, guys, just wait until like next month before I start doing like the whole speak from the hearts and the We Gonna Talk. This month I'm just catching up with a lot of these other games, and Final Fantasy 16 still got its hooks in me, where I feel more comfortable just doing that type of content right now. So don't worry, that stuff is going to be coming, but pretty much after this tournament, because it's a big deal. It's a lot to run, and I don't want to confuse anybody with all this different type of content coming in there. Want to focus on that week with that Street Fighter 6 tournament. So hopefully you guys stay and enjoy yourself. But if you did enjoy this podcast, hit the like button, and if you're new, subscribe, man. If you really enjoy, hit the join button. We appreciate it. But thank you regardless, and great show. See you guys. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend.
Facts, man. Yeah, definitely check out Bari and his content and whatnot, man. Definitely dropping some great stuff out there. He dropped a great review of Final Fantasy 16. So if you guys haven't checked that, definitely go to Bari's YouTube channel. Link is in the description. I know you won't be disappointed watching his review. For me, man, listen, Persona, I was your host this week. You can follow me on Twitter at Persona Speaks. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gaming with Persona. For me, man, I've been kind of low key with the content just because I've been trying to play catch up too on like certain games and playing games and work. A lot of things with work has really burnt me out. I'm gonna be honest, guys. But my review for Final Fantasy 16 is coming out next week. So my review is going to drop on Friday. Friday at around 8-9 o'clock in the morning. My review for Final Fantasy 16 is going to drop. And yeah, I'm going to start posting boss fights next week. Boss fights are going to start going up. I gave everybody a month. I'm done. I like this. I'm posting all of it too. Like the end, the final. Like I'm posting everything. So, listen, I gave y'all a month. So, you know, my review is gonna be Friday, and I'm gonna start posting boss fights and stuff next week. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I might do a live stream. I might do a game stream tomorrow. You know, showing off you know, some Street Fighter 6 or Call of Duty or something like that. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. But outside of that, man, that's pretty much it from me. Listen, I appreciate y'all so much rocking out with me, rocking out with Bari every Saturday here on What's Up PlayStation Podcast. It really does mean a lot to us. Listen, you can follow us on Twitter, our official WUPS. Twitter is WUPS at official WUPS. And you can check out some of our merch at wupsmerch.com. The links to all that stuff is in the description. And yeah, man, listen, episode 133 is in the books. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Always remember, What's Up PlayStation Podcast is a podcast for the community and by the community. And we'll see you guys next Saturday. Same time, same place, same crew, the WUPS crew. We appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Please be safe. Peace.